What's up, film family, and welcome to the Film Room Podcast. My name's Dion,
And my name is Scott.
and today we're previewing the 2026 movies for this year, at least the movies that we're interested in. So I'm sorry if like your movie that maybe we don't mention doesn't get mentioned list, but maybe you could throw in the comments. But
True.
Scott, where do you want to start? I'll let you start it off. What's the movie for 2026 that you're interested in?
Well, I mean, there's some that are about to come out. Like there's Send Help, the Rachel McAdams, Dylan O'Brien movie. I'm kind of like mid on that. Sam
Mm.
Raimi, that interests me a little bit. The 28 years later Bone Temple movie already came out. So there's some that I'm interested in. But the first I have on my list is Dracula, which comes out February 6th. And it's got Christoph Waltz, Caleb Landry Jones, and I like Dracula as a character. I think it's cool. He's a
Mm.
cool character. You know, I kind of know what to expect from it. You can take a lot of different ways with it, but I watched the trailer and it looks kind of okay. So I don't know. I have mixed feelings on it. What do you think?
Why did you add it on your list then? Is it heavily just
Because it's
is it
Dracula.
the actors?
It's
Okay,
because it's
that's
Dracula.
fair. Yeah, that's fair. I didn't put it on my list because I've seen enough bad Dracula movies that
Mm,
I need to at least be intrigued to want to watch this Dracula movie. So like I saw the trailer and I'm like okay on it, and I'm like
yeah.
this might actually not interest me. Like maybe I'll watch it later or something. But it didn't end up on my list. But I see why you had it on your list because I was thinking this Christoph Waltz is in it. You know what I mean? Like it's like okay, I trust that's a good actor, but it's not doesn't necessarily mean he's in every great movie,
No,
right?
of course not. And I totally agree with you. Like watching the trailer, I'm kind of like it kind of looks like a B minus. And so like
Yeah.
I put it on my list because yeah, Dracula's cool, and also like some of the movies on my list are just ones that I feel like the listener might be interested in. So I just kind of wanted to, if you're listening and you're like, oh, let me just take a, I want to hear what's coming up this year. Dracula's one of them that you might be interested in, and I do share the same feelings as you. So honestly, it's one that I might not watch, but I don't know. It's on the list.
Okay, I respect the way you constructed your list because I actually only put movies on my list that I want to see for
Okay,
the
that's
most
fair.
part, or at least I'm like 3 out of 4. Like a lot of them are like I'm probably gonna see this movie, and then the ones that are 3 out of 4. But if I'm kind of just like, I'm like, because I'm not gonna really have much to say on it,
Yeah.
really. So I was like,
No,
it's not gonna make my list.
honestly, if I'm being completely honest, I mean, this is the first one on the list, right? So this is when I first started taking notes,
Yeah,
and I wrote Dracula down. And then as I was going down, I was like, there was movies that I was leaving off the list, and I'm like, maybe I should have left Dracula off the list, but it's the first one, and there it is. But you're right. All the other ones I put on
that's
because
fair.
like there's something that interests me to it.
Yeah, exactly. And the next thing I have is for February 20th, there's 3 movies on there. I'm not going to say them all at once, but
Mm,
I'll kind of go into them. The first one is it's kind of funny. I put the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie on there,
mm.
and it's like the animated one, and I didn't even see the animated one that came out like 2 years ago.
Yeah, me neither. I heard it was good
But
though.
I still put this. Yeah, exactly. And that's part of my reason. I was like, you know what? Now I can maybe go check that other one out. And I love the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like those are my dudes when I was a kid.
Hell yeah, same.
And I feel like it could be a fun movie. So I'm like, hey, like maybe I'm not running, maybe not running to the theater the first opening weekend, but like if it's just like like it's a weekday or a weekend or something, like hey, you want to go to the movies? Like let's go watch Teenage Mutant Ninja
Yeah.
Turtles. You know what I mean? So
Is this
that's
one
why I
a
threw it on the
sequel
list.
to the other one that came out a couple years ago?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I never saw it,
Uh.
but I've heard good things. And like you said, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are lit.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly. Did you
yeah.
did you have any other ones for March 20th before not
I
March,
did
sorry, it's February 20th.
February 20th. Yeah, I have How to Make a Killing. That's the
Yep.
new Glenn Powell movie. So he's like a poor guy that was disowned by like the super rich family. So the premise of the
Hmm.
movie is he's like hunting all the cousins down in order to be like the sole inheritant of this fortune. And to me that's just a fun premise that and I watched the trailer and like the tone feels like it's going to be kind of, it got some action going on, but it doesn't seem like it's going to take itself too seriously. It's going to be a little fun. Margaret Qualley, Topher Grace, that guy is hilarious. Ed Harris is in it. Kind of dark comedy, satirical feel, kind of like a Stephen King feel almost. Like this feels like right out of a Stephen King story. But I think it's gonna be good. I
Yeah.
think it looks good.
No, I agree. Like I remember when I think I first saw the trailer for this movie when I saw Knives Out in theater, and I remember when the trailer first started, I was like, "Oh, okay," but as the trailer kept going on, I was like, "Okay, that looks like a fun movie." Like, you sign me up.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna check that one out.
Yeah, yeah, I feel the same way. Just the feel, the tone, the I like Glenn Powell. Like we just saw him in The Running Man. It feels like a kind of similar type movie, to be honest. And I think he did great in that movie. We had some problems with it, but like, sign me up. I think it's gonna be good.
Yeah, no, 100%. The next movie I had on my list again for that February 20th is Wasteman. It was
Mm.
that movie that we saw that we wanted to see at TIFF that we couldn't get tickets to. And
Yeah.
I don't know if it's gonna come out here, to be honest, because
See,
it's like a UK.
okay, because I didn't see it on I like the way I constructed my list was I'm on the IMDb release calendar and it's not on it. So like
Mm.
I don't even know. There's might be some ones I missed, but like that movie, yeah, we were interested in it at TIFF, and I've heard some good things. I think it did pretty well at the festival, so I'm interested.
And to me, it's for a couple reasons. One, it's just I've seen a decent amount of like prison shows and prison TV shows, but this is
Mhm.
like I've never seen like from a UK like right off the bat. Like now that the fact that it's in the UK, that's just a different perspective. Like, what's the system like in the UK? You know what I mean? Like, what's that going to be? And then one of the main characters, the guy that was in the Longest Walk, who played I forgot his name in the Longest Walk. Is the black guy.
Yeah, the main black guy. I can't remember his name. The
Yeah,
character.
his name is I think it's like Dave Johnson or something. Yeah,
Yeah,
David
that's the
John.
actor's name.
I literally have it on my phone. Yeah, that's the actor's name. And but no, I'm interested. Like I like a prison drama, and
Hmm.
the fact that it's going to be in a different country, I'm already intrigued. So
Yeah,
if it's playing here, sign me up.
I'm with you on the prison drama. Just in general, I think they're cool. I like them. And the premise of this one too, like I saw the trailer and it's like David Johnson's character is close to getting out early on like good behavior, and he gets a new cellmate that comes in and kind of wants to like rustle some feathers, make waves.
Mm,
And I know like well from TV shows that like the whole prison culture, you got to be there for your cellmate. So like
yeah.
he's tied. Like, am I there for him? But like, if I just keep my head down, I can get out. So to me, like, there's a lot of tension there and opportunity for some good drama that I think is going to be good.
Yeah, honestly. And when's the last time we got a good like at least it hasn't been on my radar, but I don't know when the last time we got like a good like prison drama movie.
Yeah,
I think it's been a while. So it's that in itself makes it fresh too, where it's like, oh, I haven't seen a prison movie in a while. Like, yeah, let's go.
good point. And
So
David Johnson was great in The Long Walk. A lot of people loved his performance. We loved his performance. So sign me up.
exactly. Did you have another one in February that maybe
Uh,
you
I do. One that we passed over February 13th. So the week before all those is
okay.
Crime 101. This is
Mm,
Chris Hemsworth, like elusive. He's an elusive thief, hitting score after score, and he's being tracked down by a detective. Seems like a pretty simple premise. We've seen this movie before,
yeah.
um, but one the detective that's tracking him down is Mark Ruffalo, and that guy is just the
Yeah.
greatest cinema detective ever. Like we've seen that guy in Now You See Me, Zodiac, Shutter Island,
That's true.
Collateral. Like this guy is. If you
That's
need a
true.
detective, get Mark Ruffalo, and it's going to be great. Halle Berry's in it, Barry Keoghan, and the the look and feel of it feels like a very upscale, rich, elite. Like he's not a guy like robbing people on the street, right? He's doing like a bank heist and like stealing diamonds and stuff. So it's a really high class look and feel to it. And the colors look like it's really pop. I think it's going to look really good. And I think it's just going to be a fun movie.
Okay, it's interesting. I actually didn't have that on my list, and it wasn't because I didn't think it was interesting. Like I don't know how to feel about it. I
Okay.
think I don't know. I've maybe as it gets closer, I'll change my mind about it. You mentioned it to me, so I knew it was on your list,
Hmm.
like, or at least it was probably going to be on your list. So I was like, you know what, I'll just let him talk about it. Maybe he can convince me. and you convinced me a little bit.
Okay.
You convinced me a little bit, yeah. So
See, I'm actually part of the
maybe
marketing
I might go
team.
check.
I get a commission on every ticket sale that's
Okay,
going. So that was my pitch. Apparently, it's not too bad.
all right. Yeah, it moved up. Now it's on my 3 out of 4. That's
Okay.
my criteria. Before it was sitting in the 2 out of 4, which I was like, I don't know why I made it out of 4.
Yeah,
But
that's weird.
we're just gonna stick with that for the episode. For the episode, it's gonna be a 4.
Okay, fair enough.
But yeah, I'm interested.
Mark Ruffalo, dude, I'm telling you, he as a detective. That character, I just know that character is gonna bang. I don't know anything about that movie, like for sure, but that I can say for sure.
Oh yeah, no, he's great. I mean, like there's even movies that even I don't like. Like we were not split. We were on in line with the whole Marty Supreme thing, but like his character was memorable in that. He was funny in that.
Mark Ruffalo?
Not Marty Supreme. Mickey 17.
Oh. Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, I was like, why does he look so confused? I was like, I didn't say the right movie. I don't think.
Yeah, no, you did. I was like,
Different M
wait a
name.
second. Did I miss a Mark cameo or a Mark Ruffalo cameo in Marty Supreme or something? No, Mickey 17. You're right. Yeah,
Yeah, different M. Marty, Mickey. Oh, that's kind of close.
you're right.
Both MY. That's what messed me up.
Yeah, you're right. That's fair. It's a fair mistake to make.
The next one I have is still in February, and this is my most anticipated movie of the year. I can say that
Mm.
wholeheartedly. I got my little thing right here. It's Scream 7. Scream
Ah.
7 comes out February 27th. And I'm not part of the marketing team. I'm actually trying to get in touch with the marketing team so I can get early screenings to this.
Yeah.
I'm actually currently in a couple contests. Ever since we won the Marty Supreme contest, I'm feeling lucky. So I've been searching, scouring the internet to find all the early screenings. And I found one. There's an early screening happening February 7th, I think, or something like that. And right now I'm in the contest. So fingers crossed from the film family. Everyone cross your fingers for me.
Got you. I
And
got you.
maybe even message me. Message me, and then maybe I can get you to join the contest. And if you win, maybe you could be a true one and give it to me if they win.
Hey, honestly, I
But
could do that. I mean, if it's in Toronto and I'm not there, like I might as well join and then I can give you the tickets.
all right, that's the ploy. That's the ploy then, because I told my sister to do it. I'm gonna send it to everybody, and let's see if we can. Let's see if we can get. It's my birthday around that time, so let's see if we
True.
can. You guys can help me out, get me to see an early screening of Scream. But my little thing of why I don't even think like I don't think the movie's gonna be that great. But
Mm-hmm.
what it is with this, it's like it's a fanfare. They've been promoting it so much as a fanfare thing, and to me, it's not much different than what maybe not Doomsday, because I think Doomsday wants to be more than that, but Deadpool and Wolverine. That's what it's gonna be
Okay.
like, I think, for me. It's gonna be a lot of fanfare. It's gonna be like, you remember this from the first movie, you remember this from the fourth movie. It's gonna be a lot of that, and I'm here for it. I'm already locked in on this franchise. I've watched all 6 of them, and they're making a 7th one, and the way they're marketing it and being like, "Oh, this guy might be back. We're gonna see a cameo from this person." I'm like, "Okay, so it's just a cameo fest." All right,
Mm.
I'm already expecting that. I'm not expecting like a great twist or a great plot or anything, but you want to do a fanfare thing? All right, let's do the fanfare thing. So I'm excited for it.
That's not a bad. I mean, that's not a terrible thing to do. A terrible strategy to go with the fanfare thing. You're right. Does that mean like on rewatches it's going to be great, or it's going to be a movie
Yeah.
that gets Oscar noms and like all that? No, but if that's what you're doing and you lean into that and you don't try to be anything else, you can still have a fun time at the movies. And I know you're a huge fan of this franchise, so like you're exactly what this movie is for you.
Exactly. And like I think before, because there was some for anyone that doesn't know, there was a whole issue like with political stuff what I'm not gonna get into that had some of the characters from the last movie be like, I'm leaving, I don't want to be part of this. Da, da, da. So like they left, Jenna Ortega left. So I think before the plan was to make it a good movie. But then
Oh,
after all they left, and everyone was like, oh, maybe we agree with them. You guys are like all politically unaligned with the way we feel, whatever. And they're like, all right, scrap that. We're making a fanfare movie, so everyone's back on our side. And that's what it really feels like. It's like a damage control
hmm.
because it felt like everyone was split on like, oh, what was being said politically, which I was like, I don't know why anyone would even try to get into politics when you're making movies. Like, you just want everyone to come to your movie. But
Yeah.
certain things you have to take stands on. But the what was going on with this, I feel like was just you can go look it up. I don't want to get too much into it, but they're now realizing that they're just like, okay, we got to get the fans back. We're making a fanfare movie, and I'm like, all right, I'll come to your fanfare movie.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Can't
Yeah.
argue with that. Next on my list, I have March 6th. This is The Bride, Maggie
Mhm.
Gyllenhaal's. Actually, it's not her debut as a director. I saw she made something earlier that was actually very well received critically, and I haven't seen it, but I can't remember the name of it. But, um, anyways, this is another Frankenstein movie. So, we have
Mhm.
Dracula that I mentioned, and we got Frankenstein last year. We got Werewolf coming up this year. We are fully in the monster times.
Yeah,
This
and
one,
Nosferatu came out 2
yeah,
years ago.
yeah, Nosferatu, Sinners. There's a
Yeah,
whole bunch of these monster movies. But what I think what excites me about this one is, I mean, one, Christian Bale. I'm a big fan of his.
yeah,
Jake Gyllenhaal's in it. Jessie Buckley, who was just in Hamnet and receiving lots of praise for her performance. This movie is set in the 1930s Chicago, and I watched the trailer, and basically Frankenstein's monster, who Christian Bale, wants a companion, so they give life to a murdered woman, and it just is really giving like Joker and Harley vibes. Like they're killing people, they're
yeah,
stealing stuff, they're running around, and they're like, it's us against the world kind of thing. And I think that can really work.
yeah. No, same. It's funny. Like when I first saw the first trailer, my first thoughts were like, because I know obviously the Bride is playing off like the original The Bride's Frankenstein movie. Obviously they're gonna do a lot of their own things with this. But when I first saw the trailer, I was thinking it looks like it's gonna be really good. Like it
Mm,
looks good. Like
mm,
visually it's gonna be good. But I was like, but I don't know if it's actually gonna I don't know if there's any plot points that grabbed me in the trailer. There wasn't really. It was like it just
okay.
looks cool and like here are the cool actors we have and this is gonna look good. But and I'm not by no means am I saying I'm not gonna go check it out. I still do want to check it out, but I was like, I think it was like a 2.5 on my out of four
Interesting.
radar.
2.5.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we gotta
It's
come
not
up
a
with
three yet.
a system for next time where we can actually like grade our movies that we're interested on. But see, I don't I won't argue with you with like the whole plot point thing in the trailer, but I don't also think that's a bad thing. We say all the times trailers are giving too much away. So I don't mind that,
Yeah.
like, I don't really know where this plot's going. But like I said, what I think a trailer, there's different things you can do with a trailer, but what I think this one tried to do and successfully did for me was just kind of give me what the feel and the tone will be. And it's not something I've seen in like a Frankenstein movie before, like a Bonnie and Clyde crime partner movie. Like, it almost feels less important, the whole immortality thing, and like, I'm Frankenstein's monster, like I was reborn from body parts and stuff like that. I feel like
Yeah.
that'll be kind of just touched on in the first act maybe, and then okay, let's get to the rest of our movie. And I don't know, I think it definitely has potential. And I haven't seen any Maggie Gyllenhaal movies as a director, so I wouldn't say I have like a ton of trust in her, or I think that she's going to flop. So she's kind of like at a 2 out of 4, let's say, on your scale. So,
Yeah.
but I think it can work, and I'm interested.
Yeah. No, and I'm definitely interested too. And to your point about you're right, we say we don't like when trailers give too much. And I don't even think I wanted more from the trailer, but I think what the trailer showed me was who is in it and like how it's gonna look. And that initially intrigued me, but just based off of previous trailers I've seen where I've locked myself into movies that have done that, I'm like, well, that's not always a winning recipe.
It's not.
So it'll
You're
get
right.
it'll get the 2.5 for me. Cause like I've seen some Christian Bale movies that I don't like. I'm like, okay, so I can't always say Christian Bale movie's gonna be good. I haven't seen that Gyllenhaal movie, like her other movie, so that she directed. So I don't know what if her track record is. At least for my personal opinion, like I don't really care what it's rated. I'd have to see it first and say if I whether I like it or not. So I think that's why I'm kind of like, okay, it'll be my I'm keeping my 2.5. But I might maybe it's like a 2.7 now. Maybe you swayed me a little bit. I don't know if you're on the marketing team for
Okay.
this one, but
No, I'm not on the marketing team for this one. The other one, The
okay,
Lost Daughter, it came out in 2021, is was
okay,
her director debut for a feature film. And yeah, I haven't
okay.
seen it, but I heard good things about it. And I I mean, you're right, like the movie just kind of shows who's going to be in it and stuff. So basically, do you going in like 2.7, does that mean you like going into this, would you bet it's going to be good or bet it's going to be bad? Like if you had to pick one side.
My expectations aren't high.
Okay.
I think that's what it is. But that's probably a good thing. I'd go into it with just like medium expectations where it's just like versus certain directors or certain actors, you know what I mean? Like I hold a high standard for like a Brad Pitt, for example. So my standards are kind of like high with like, oh man, like and especially at now, like where certain people's like Leo and Brad, like established actors, when they make fewer movies, then you kind of go in with that high expectation, like, okay, he picked this movie, so it must be something good. And then also if it's a established director where it's like, okay, Spielberg's making a movie or Tarantino movie, okay, my expectations are high. But because I
Hmm.
have no expectation with her as a director, and then with the characters that are in this movie, I've seen them in movies that I didn't like. So it's just like I'm just like very just like middle ground expectation, which is fine. Sometimes it's a great place to be.
Yeah, true. No, that is a good point. You're right. That is a great place to be because you can easily get disappointed if it's something you have really, really high expectations for. And if you're coming in and you're kind of like expecting something to be bad, I mean, you can always say you're going in with an open mind, but even subconsciously, you might have like a little bit of a tendency to like not want to like the movie, even though you
Yeah.
say you don't. So, like, yeah, right in the middle. You're right. That's a good spot to be.
But I feel like at this point in my life, I'm too grown to go into movies that I have low expectations for. Because why the
Mm.
hell would I go see a movie I don't think is going to be good?
For the
Like maybe there's
podcast.
some. Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. I mean, that's why I didn't. I actually no. I was gonna say that's why I didn't go see the sequel to 28, which I'll probably eventually see. I just made a stance that I'm not gonna go see it in theaters. So when it comes on streaming, then maybe I'll check it out. But
Mm.
I set my foot down, and I know my sister would bully me, even though she's 8 years younger than me, and I don't want her to bully me, saying like, "Oh, it's Buns, but you went to go see it, huh?" But
Yeah, I mean, dude, or I guess she's not teenage, but like a young woman is probably the worst person that you want bullying you. They can be brutal.
yeah, exactly. Okay, so I guess you understand my pain then.
Yeah, I get it.
So I have another movie in March
Hmm.
that actually comes out the is it the 5th of March? Let me just double check that. So I think that's what I wrote down here. Yes, the 5th of March. And it's another movie that was at TIFF.
Mm.
And it's called Good Boy. And it's about a 19-year-old criminal. His name is Tommy. He's kidnapped and forced into rehab by a dysfunctional couple, and they treat him like a dog. Basically, like, they put him on a chain, and like they trap him in this house. And like the couple is kind of like weird and stuff like that. At the time when I put on the list, I don't think there was a trailer. Or at least I couldn't find like a good one. No, there's no trailer. I'm still not
Mm.
seeing a trailer. But just the concept, just off the pictures, this seems kind of wild. Like it's literally like a dude who's apparently a criminal, 19-year-old criminal, and he's just got like a dog chain on. And apparently the people that are the couple is like wild. And it's just like the concept just sounds crazy to me. So I'm just like,
Yeah.
it's not a horror movie. It's like a psychological thriller mystery. So I'm just like, I don't even know what the guy's crime was. Like, I don't know what he went to jail for. I don't know what these people's why they dysfunctional. Why are they kidnapping a criminal dude and putting him on a leash? You know what I mean? Like, it's. I need to see a trailer to see like how grounded it is. Even though it doesn't sound grounded, like it could be something that's like really off the rails where it's just like, okay, this is just gonna be a nonsense movie. Or it could take
Yeah.
itself seriously. Like I don't
Well,
know if this movie's taking itself seriously or not.
I'm happy to say that there is a trailer. I don't know what you were searching on, but like on IMDb, I can watch it right now. There is a trailer, so you're
Oh
able to check
really?
that out. And I did hear about this movie,
Okay.
and I had seen like the pictures and stuff, and like read the premise. And I mean, if you listen to the show, I'm not really a horror guy, so it's kind of something that I'm just not super excited for because it's rare for me to be excited for a horror movie. Um, But
Well,
I
they're
mean,
calling. Okay, I guess they're saying it is a horror kind of. Yeah.
or yeah, I guess whatever it is, but it feels kind of horror. I mean, I don't know. And I mean, all the questions that you mentioned, like why they have this guy, why is the family creepy? Like that's the pull, right? That's why you go to the movie, and like that could make for some interesting twists and turns. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, and again, this like it just made my three. I don't know if I'm gonna even if it's gonna be even available here because it seems like it's a small kind of indie movie. I don't
Mm.
know even know where it's from, but we'll see. It's what's the origin? Poland and United Kingdom. So I don't know if we'll
Oh,
even get it here, but
is
it's
it
on
even
my
in
radar.
English?
So we'll see. I don't know language. Let's see. What's the language saying? Language. Your language is English. Yeah.
Okay.
So they speak English in it. So maybe there's maybe at some like small indie theater or something will be playing. So
Yeah,
we'll see.
you never know. Okay. Another movie I have in March as well is March 20th. Project Hail Mary. This is a big one coming. Phil Lord and Christopher Miller co-directing, based off a book by Andy Weir, which is a super popular book. I have not read it, so I don't know anything about it other than the premise of the movie. Starring Ryan Gosling, who is sent to space alone because the sun is dying, so they got to find a solution to that. Uh, there's something that they showed in the trailer, but I don't know if you watched it. And some people avoid trailers, so I don't want to. It could be a little bit of a spoiler, so I'm just not even going to mention that. But I think it's going to look visually really cool. The whole like alone in space thing is a pretty cool concept that usually works, and everything I'm hearing is that like this movie is sick. The everyone loves the book, and I got to know why. So I'm excited.
Yeah, no, it's on my list too. And it got first put on my radar just from like another movie podcast I was listening to like a year ago, and they talked about how they were a big fan of that book, and I was like, okay, I've never even heard of this book, and so I looked it up and just saw like all the reviews and kind of read up like the concept, and I was like, oh, it sounds interesting. It sounds really interesting, and like I they did mention because I watched the trailer and they mentioned something in the trailer that is kind of supposed to be like a surprise in the book, and I think that's maybe what probably what
Yeah,
you're referring to,
yeah.
which is like, that's fine. Like I didn't read the book, but and I didn't even know that was a spoiler. So like until you guys said it was a spoiler, I didn't even know. But that's a tough thing with book adaptations. There's certain things that like, well, maybe we just have to put that in the trailer just to get some extra excitement about it. I don't know.
I don't think they had to put that in the trailer. I mean, I haven't seen the movie, so maybe it's not meant to be like a surprise. Just the way that they wrote the movie, just the way the movie plays out. But I feel like it's something that could be, and I guess I can make that decision once I've seen the movie. But like, if you were to ask me right now, I'd say I'd probably wish that that wasn't in the trailer. And I
Yeah,
mean,
same.
just the way we're talking about it, I feel like someone like if they
Yeah,
don't
so
want to know,
cryptic.
but we're juicing it up so much, they're like, oh, I have to know what they're talking about. But if you don't want to know, don't watch the trailer. And if you did watch the trailer, then you know what we're talking about.
Yeah, the tough thing about that is like even with me, someone that says like I try to avoid trailers. As soon as I watch like the first movie on our list, the trailer for this movie is gonna play. What am I gonna do? Close my eyes and
Mm,
block my
yeah,
ears? I
yeah.
could do that, I guess, but I'm gonna every time because the movie doesn't come out until March, and we already mentioned like four movies that I'm planning on seeing. The
Mm-hmm.
trailer is gonna be playing at least in three of them,
Yep.
so
That's when you show
it's
up.
gonna be very hard.
You show up right as the movie starts if you want to dodge
That
the
is true.
trailers.
I've been doing that. I've been doing that lately too, to be honest. Been fed
Yeah.
up with these long ass 30-minute trailers and
Yeah.
commercials, but
Yeah, same. I show up sometimes even like, a little 10-minute late because like it's always 20, 30 minutes after the actual showtime that the movie starts. So, you
yeah,
stay in line, get your popcorn, go to the bathroom, whatever, and then you walk in and you're locked and loaded.
exactly. The one time, not trying to get too off topic, but it is a movie experience, so it's still topical. But the one time that did me wrong is when I went to go see the finale of Stranger Things in theaters, and I just assumed there'd be trailers, so I showed up as I did. This movie starting at 11. All right, just get our popcorn stuff, and then I'll be like, well, let me just check just in case, because she was like, you sure there's trailers? I'm like, I actually don't know.
Mm,
gets to wait in line for me. I go in and I see the intro for the show's playing, and I run back out. There's no trailers,
damn. You didn't just take
so we
your
missed the
seat
first
and
5 minutes.
let her come in with the popcorn?
Nah, because I was like, I'm not gonna let the if they're gonna miss it, we're all gonna miss it.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
it's at the end of the day, it's like it's Netflix, so like we only missed 5 minutes, so like we went back home and just watched the 5 minutes that we
Oh,
missed.
okay. Yeah, true.
So
Yeah, yeah.
luckily it worked out in that sense. But yeah, Project Hail Mary. I'm intrigued. I'm excited to see it, and maybe that thing that we're talking about, that we're being so mysterious about, that there's a bigger maybe there's a bigger surprise later on
That's what
that
I'm
just gonna make that look
expecting.
like yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's what I'm hoping
Project
for.
Hail
That's what
Mary.
I'm also kind of expecting because, like, if not, you just wouldn't put that in the trailer. So, like, that's what I'm saying. Once we
Yeah.
watch the movie, maybe we can revisit this and say, you know what, that was totally fine in the trailer. That's didn't actually ruin anything. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly.
We'll see.
Next movie I have is March 27th, and it's a sequel. We're getting into that territory where we're probably going to start touching a lot of those.
Mm,
But it's Ready or Not 2. And this is like it's a horror movie. It leans more on the slasher side, and a lot of times slashers, not all the time, but don't take themselves too seriously. Where like Scream being one of them, where it's like, okay, there's a killer, but we're still gonna get these jokes in, and sometimes the killer's gonna make a joke, like he's freaking Spider
mm,
Man or something, and say a joke before he kills you. And in Ready or Not, the premise of the first movie was like this girl married into this family, and this family has like they do like this sick joke of like they play a game, like you have to play this game, and depending what the game is, like they're all deadly games. And one of the game and like the game, this isn't a spoiler for anyone that hasn't wants to go see the first one or hasn't seen it. She gets into something called hide and seek, and basically it's like you're playing hide and seek, and they're trying to find you, and if they find you, they kill you. So it's like
mm,
trying to outlast them. You like it's like the deadliest version of hide and seek. And the sequel to the movie is something like another situation where someone else is kind of like in this Ready or Not kind of game. I don't know what if she's in a hide and go seek game or she's something else, but that's basically the premise of it. The first one was really fun. I watched with my little sister, um, and it was just a fun movie. It was just a fun movie. It was funny, and I'm interested to see the second one. Why not?
yeah,
I
I
didn't
mean,
even think there was going to be a sequel, but
okay, yeah, I've heard a lot of people talk about it, and I just came across it as I was making my list, and as this list will go on, most of the horrors and stuff that's your domain. So I kind of left it
yeah,
alone. What's worth checking out? Or maybe not. You don't know what's worth checking out or not, or what you're excited for or not. But I mean, if it leans into like a little bit of comedy and like the slasher thing, then I think that's enjoyable. But at the same time, like again, just not being that kind of movie for me. Like I don't enjoy the slasher thing. So honestly, it's probably one that I probably won't end up seeing.
yeah, which is completely fine. I
Yeah.
figured I'd just throw it out there for maybe people that don't even heard of it, because it
Yeah.
was kind of like a niche movie. Then it kind of popped off later on, and then people started really watching it. So I don't even know if the first one even made that much money, but I think it now it's kind of built up a cult following. So I think that's why they're like, all right, let's make a sequel. Like everyone's like
Yeah.
really like this first movie. So like let's see if we can make that magic again, which they probably won't. Making a sequel to a cult, like a cult classic, I don't know if that works. I don't know if you can catch lightning in a bottle twice, but they're gonna try.
Maybe. I mean, it laid 57 million at the box office off a 6 million budget, the first one. So
Okay,
that's
that's pretty
pretty
good
damn
actually.
successful.
That is
Pretty
pretty
good.
good. That is pretty good. So yeah, that's what I got for March 27th. What do you got next?
Next, I have on April 3rd, The Drama. This is
Yep.
Christopher Borgli, his new rom com with Robert Pattinson and Zendaya getting they're getting married, and it's kind of like a bunch of weird stuff happens, I guess, leading up to the wedding. And I watched the trailer, and they're just so awkward with each other in the trailer. Like it just feels like something happened, but they're also not like, it doesn't feel like they're mad at each other. So it's like someone cheated on someone. Like it doesn't feel like it's that. And so I just don't know what could have caused this weird awkwardness, and I really want to know what that is. And Zendaya and Pattinson are great. I like them both. this is like A24's rom-com of the early year. Last year was Materialist that I was excited for. This year it's this, and I need to know what the weird awkwardness thing happens. I'm intrigued.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think I was intrigued when I first saw the casting. Like, I just saw the poster and saw
Hmm.
those two, and I'm like, okay, that's interesting. Like, these are two interesting actors, and they're very strategic in the roles they play,
True.
especially Zendaya. Like, Zendaya at this point is like only just these, she's been in these massive franchises, and then she'll sprinkle in, like, oh, I'm coming back for Euphoria. Like, this is gonna be a big year for her.
Hmm.
But and then Pattinson is just like after he was like, I'm done with this Twilight stuff. I'm not Twilight boy anymore. I'm gonna go in a softy movie. I'm gonna do some like indie movies. I'm gonna be Batman. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna try Mickey 17. He was good, and he was good in it. That he wasn't
For
the
sure.
problem with that movie.
Yeah.
But that alone, just when I saw the poster, I'm like, okay, I'm in on this. And the director, Dream Scenario was actually a movie that I really wanted to watch, but I didn't get to see it in theaters. And I don't know why I've been holding off. I haven't seen it yet, but I remember that movie looked really interesting. And I can't say that I'm familiar with his work in the sense of like I know this guy delivers, but the intrigue from the trailer is enough to be like, okay, I need this. I need to know what's
Yeah.
going on here.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a great trailer. That is one that like you
Yeah,
introduce like kind of a little bit of the conflict, but like I just you nobody knows what happened, but something happened, and maybe it's a snowball effect of a whole bunch of things,
yeah.
and then so you don't know what caused it. You kind of know a little bit of where it's going to go, but then you don't know how it's going to end up, and those are the things that will have me buying a ticket, showing up, sitting down and watching this thing.
Yeah, and I don't and to go to your point too about the you made the comparison with the materialist.
Mm.
And one thing I noticed too is that this connects those two movies is like I don't know if you saw the trailer with the photographer. Like I don't know how many trailers are out
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
She was in the material. She was
That's right.
Sophie in the material. I noticed that. I was like, oh snap, because I made the same connection too. I was like, it's A24. They're doing like a romance kind of movie, and I'm like, it feels. It's not the materialist, but it's like it feels like they're going for another kind of same kind of vibe for the movie, and I'm like, oh, and that's also the same person that was in the materialist. So I'm like that,
Exactly, yeah.
that connective tissue, like right there.
Yeah, and I'm
So
also
I'm
trying to
excited for
think
it.
this one's coming out April 3rd. Materialist came out.
Mhm.
I'm looking it up right now. Oh, June 13th. I thought it was a little earlier in the year, but I was like, I feels like the exact same thing. Like A20 in their
Time.
movie calendar. Like, okay, let's get a rom com in this part of the year.
Mm.
Last year was that. This year is this. It's a little bit earlier, but yeah, it feels very similar. And you're right, that actress connection, and she was really good in Materialist. So I
Yeah.
don't know how big of a role she's gonna have here. If that's just like what we saw in the trailer is all she's doing, but we'll see.
Well, her name in the movie is the photographer. So I don't know if she
Okay,
has a big role.
probably
She
not.
doesn't have a name.
Damn. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. So the trailer might literally just be her role, but
Yeah.
they felt like they just wanted to
Maybe.
give her some love.
Well,
But
maybe that's why they threw
I'm
her in there.
surprised.
They're like, she's great. Let's get her in the trailer. It's gonna have people talking about it,
Yeah,
pull people in.
that's true. I wonder why they didn't go because now we're talking about release date for this movie. I
Mm.
wonder why they didn't go February, like a Valentine's Day type thing.
Yeah. Good point. Good question. I mean,
Because we didn't mention that there's no like Valentine's Day
yeah, that's
movie,
what I'm
like
looking
week
at right
Valentine's
now.
Day weekend movie.
Well, I guess Wuthering Heights is like the Valentine's Day movie.
Okay,
The Jacob
yeah, that's true.
Elordi, Margot Robbie
Ah, that's true.
drama, Rome. I think that's like the big Valentine's Day thing, but I don't really know much about that story. I've heard a lot of talk about it, but it's just like it doesn't seem like my kind of movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say we neither of us had it on our list, so
Exactly.
that's
Yeah.
why I was like, hey, the drama maybe, but hey, not they. I guess they know what they're doing. They picked that time for a reason. April for I don't know what the reason is. It's right before blockbuster season starts to pop off, I guess.
Yeah.
But but yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
We'll see.
Next movie I have takes a little jump further on in April is April 17th. It's called movie called Normal, and
Mm.
it's got it's a it's how do I pronounce I didn't even know how to pronounce this guy's name. It's
Bob
the dude from Better
Odenkirk.
Call Saul. His name is
Is that what
Bob
you?
Odenkirk, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Do you
yeah.
have it on your list too?
No, I'm just looking at. I have the release calendar in front of me, so I'm following as we go.
Okay. Yeah, so it was another movie at TIFF that I wanted to see, and it was just about like a temporary small town chef who uncovers dark mysteries after a local bank robbery. And yeah, no, it looks like it has, oh, especially with that actor, like because he's known for comedy. Sometimes when I see him and stuff, I don't know what the tone of the movie is gonna be. Like, I don't know if like, oh, it's gonna be serious. And at first, I didn't think it was gonna be serious, but it looks like it has kind of like a serious like action kind of tone to it, which I'm sure there's still gonna be jokes in it just because the nature of that character. It's like even when you have like Adam Sandler and like Uncut Gems, he's still gonna be cracking jokes and stuff like that,
Mm.
because it's him. But yeah, no, I'm interested. I like right now they have a couple short trailers out. Like I saw the short 1 minute trailer. Like again, maybe another one came out while before, but it looks interesting. I don't know. It looks very. It's like a very simple. I like anything that has any kind of mystery to it. So I don't know. I don't know if you
Yeah.
even if you're that movie was even on your radar or not. Or
It really wasn't, to be honest. And I'm looking at it now, and you're right. Like the whole mystery movie thriller type of dark stuff always interests me. I think it always makes for like what is the thing? Like there's going to be a twist in this movie, and like what is
yeah,
that twist? And it's kind of got the a little bit of action that we saw him do it in the Nobody movies. I actually haven't seen those, but
yeah.
uh you've seen them, and you actually you like them, eh? You said they're pretty good.
No, I haven't seen them. I
Oh,
just heard they were good.
yeah, I don't remember. I thought it was you. I was talking to someone I think said that they were actually pretty good. But yeah, I mean the mystery interests me. So yeah, I'm down. It's a short one, hour
Are
and
you
a half.
convinced? I'm on the marketing team, so I don't know if you're.
This one, this one, you're on the marketing team. Well, I will say, like, it was kind of nothing on my, like I said, not even on my radar, and now I'm like decently interested. So, well
All
done.
right, at least put it on your list. See how you're feeling when that time come around. If
Right.
it's April 17th and you don't have a movie to watch, you'll be like, you know what? This is Dion's movie. I'll go check it out. Let me help with
Yeah.
let me help the
Well, the other
marketing
things
team
on
at
that day is
Dion.
like the new Mummy movie. Not that high on that. Or Lee
Yeah.
Cronin's The Mummy. I don't know if that's even part of the same franchise. Maybe something different. But Mother Mary, that this weird like Anne Hathaway movie that
Oh
this
yeah.
not on my list as well. Like it looks really weird, and I don't know. So
Yeah.
Normal's the
I
one.
felt the same way about both of those. Yeah, so Normal might be the one, yeah.
Uh, Anne Hathaway, she's working this year, dude. She's in. I have her written down here somewhere. She's in
Yeah, I think we talked about this
five
last, it's like
movies this year.
4.
Five.
5. Damn.
She got Mother
Damn.
Mary that we just
She working.
mentioned, Devil Wears Prada 2, The Odyssey. She's in a mystery thriller coming out later this year called Flower Vale Street. Don't know much about
Mm.
that. And then another mystery thriller again later this year called Verity. So 5
Damn, she
movies.
working.
She's working.
She working. She
She's working.
working.
She's
Okay.
working. Next on
What do you
my
got
list,
next?
I skipped all the way to June 12th, and this is
Oh, damn.
Stephen. Yeah,
Okay.
April. I mean, I was honest with my list, man. There's some that I was like, there's
That's
some
fair.
horror
No, that's
movies that I was
fair.
interested that I'm not super interested in, but like I hear a lot of people are
No, it
interested
just
in. But
shook me. I just didn't
yeah,
expect we were jumping. You skipped a whole month, so I just wasn't
yep,
sure. But
yep,
I'll jump back for us. But
yeah,
tell
yeah.
me what's in June that you're interested in.
June 12th is Steven Spielberg's return as a director in
Yeah,
Disclosure Day. It's like a sci-fi thriller with another amazing trailer. It's
yeah,
again where like it shows, I guess, the conflict, or like it shows something weird that like just hooks you and you're like, I need to know what this is. Like Emily Blunt, Josh O'Connor, who was just in the Wake Up Dead Man that we both
not
really
yeah,
thought did well. And in the trailer, Emily Blunt, she's like a weather person, and she's like there's this a
yeah,
bunch of weird sounds happening, and then like a whole bunch of animals are like coming to her. So like it feels like there's some kind of alien involvement with like animals and that sound, and like I don't know what it is. I don't want to know what it is right now, but I really want to find out in the movie. It's Spielberg. Sign me up.
Yeah, no, I'm excited because I actually thought he was done after the Fablemans. It felt like a swan song kind of movie where it's
Mm,
like I'll make a movie that's kind of like loosely based off my life, and that feels like a good movie to end on. It just felt like that. And he was like, even when he was talking about it, he's like, I'm like, I don't want to even do heavy marketing on this. I want it to be all the film festivals because it's a movie for film people. And that
mm.
felt like a this is my last movie kind of movie. So when I even heard that he was making another movie, I was like, oh, I thought he was done. So I'm excited for something that because he's been focusing on producing movies for the longest time. Like the fact that he's like, no, I want to step back behind the camera. I'm like, all right, let's go.
Yeah,
Let's see what you got.
I'm fired up.
I mean,
I'm
we know
fired
what you
up for this
got,
one. Yeah,
but
true. Yeah, you've proven
we know
many
what you got.
times that you've got it. Yeah, we know that you've got it.
Yeah,
So I'm just here for more. Hopefully you still got it, I guess is kind of the
yeah,
question. But like we even see like there's a hint at a like a car chase going on in the trailer. So like there'll be some fun action. This I'm excited for this one. This is high. What's your
yeah.
star ranking on this one?
This one's pretty high. This is like a 4. It's
Nice.
it's on it's same anticipation with Scream for me.
Mm,
There's a couple movies on this list that are that same anticipation for me.
okay.
And but the next one I'm about to say is also a 4 for me, which
Okay.
is
That I skipped over. Wow.
April. Yeah, you skipped over. That's why I went crazy. It's April 24th, and it's the Michael Jackson movie.
Okay, yeah. I
Yeah,
thought
because
about
I'm
putting
a
this on my
huge Michael
list.
Jackson fan.
Oh, are you? I didn't know realize you were that big into Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan. One
Oh,
of my favorite songs, just period, is "The Way You Make Me Feel" by Michael Jackson. I
I
love that
mean,
song.
banger. Yeah, 100%. He's got
Yeah.
tons of bangers. The music's incredible. I'm a fan of his music as well. But like the reason I left this off my list is there's just been so many music biopics, and I mean, obviously, if the person's interesting, then the movie can be interesting. Like it's a different story each time because they're different people. I don't have an issue with that. It's just something that I don't even know what it is about it. I just don't. I'm just not into it.
Which is fine. And I remember you said this point to me, and it's a respectable point. It's a respectable I'm gonna say gripe, but I'll use the word gripe for lack of a better word. A gripe to have of like, hey, they've been doing a lot of musical biopics. I'm just not feeling like that vibe right now. But this happens in like the movie industry all the time. Like there's waves of certain types of movies. Like we went through a wave of superhero movies, and now
Hmm.
they've died down a bit. There was a wave of mafia gangster movies. There was a wave of cowboy movies. There was a wave of musical movies, and there was a wave of biopics but they weren't necessarily musical biopics. And right now, there's somewhat of a wave of musical biopics. I haven't been checking them all out. The only ones I've really seen is like the Bob Marley one because I was interested in that because I was like the music's gonna be great in this. I saw the Bob Dylan one not because of the Bob Dylan fan, just because Timmy was in it was in
Hmm.
that one, and then the Michael one I'm interested in because it's like it's Michael Jackson. Like the music's gonna be insane in this.
Yeah,
It's gonna be fun to
yeah,
just hear that in IMAX.
yeah. I definitely can't argue with that. The music's gonna be good, but like, do I care about like the narrative? I guess it's kind of like my preconceived notion of what I think the movie's gonna be, which isn't fair to the
Mhm.
movie. But I'm someone that I mean, like you said earlier in the episode, right? You're like, I'm a grown man now. I kind of know what I like and don't like, and like it's possible that this movie's great, and I could be wrong, but like, am I gonna spend the money and go out of my way and go to the theater to watch it when I'm not super interested in it? Probably not.
Yeah, which is 100% fair. 100% fair.
So do you want to go back to my list because I'm still in June, or do you want to go back to yours?
Try to clean up
Yeah,
try to
trying to at
catch
least
up.
get lined up a little bit with the timelines. Yeah.
Well, I could rapid fire these three movies because there's three
Okay.
movies.
Okay.
But and I don't have to really say too much for them. I can say it quickly. Mortal Kombat 2. I haven't
Mm.
even seen the first one, but the trailer for the second one when it first came out was crazy. And also our boy Joe Tisling is in it. Tislam, who was in
Oh.
the Furious. So I was like, just out of support for him and see him in that. And the fact that I know he's in that means that okay, the fighting must be pretty dope. because I'm
That's a
sure
good corner.
he's got a standard for what he's gonna do when he's in an action movie. So I want to check that one out. So that's quick. That's May 15th. Then June 5th, there's a Master of the Universe, which is the He-Man movie.
Mm,
And that's more of a just a nod to like my dad because my dad's the massive He-Man fan. He was a big He-Man, Transformers, Astro Boy. Like he grew up in the 80s. And just Ghostbusters too. I gotta throw Ghostbusters out there. Um, because he was such a big fan of those things, I watched them as a little kid. So I
mm,
like He-Man. So I was
mm.
like, oh, it's cool. Like live action when it's a cartoon, there's always room for it to fail very hard. So
Yeah.
I'm my excitement level is definitely not on Scream or freaking Project Hail Mary or like even Disclosure. But I'm like, oh, that's cool. They're making it. My dad's actually not a fan, which is actually kind of funny. As I'm saying, I'm curious.
Yeah, I mean
He's
that's
like,
but
I don't know about
he
that.
he's at the old head unk status right now, right? He's like, oh, it can't be as
Yeah,
good as it was, but like that, I'm kind of with him that not in the fact that I'm a huge He-Man fan. I'm not that I dislike the character. I'm not a big fan of him. Um, but I watched this trailer and I'm kind of like, this doesn't really look very good. So again,
yeah.
it's just something that I'm not super interested in, so I didn't throw it on my list.
And the last one, well, not the last one, but the third one, I was the rapid fire. I was gonna say is also June 12th, which will be interesting. It'll be a fun weekend. Disclosure, and this one I'm actually really excited for. Actually, not as excited as those other ones on a four, but Scary Movie 6
Mm-hmm.
because again, I'm already a horror movie fan. So like there's that element of these movies are making fun of horror movies and there's going to be references to and making fun of horror movies that I've watched. And it'll be interesting to see them do like the new generation because all the other ones were obviously of that generation. So like this one, they're probably going to be like making fun of probably like Get Out, Nope, like Jordan Peele movies. I
Mm.
want to see if they have the balls. If he's a real one, he'll make fun of him. They have to do it. You have to do it if you're a real one, that's your you were in a horror movie in this time, you gotta make fun of it. I
Yeah,
want to see if he has the balls to make fun of it.
the only thing is like that just came out last year, so like I don't know if it was like time wise,
You can
if it
squeeze
just
in a
worked out.
bit. You can squeeze in a comedy bit.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
I
I don't
mean,
know if
but
they have time. They probably don't have time.
because at the same time, like if you could write in, you're right, like a little bit or even if it's just a one liner joke or something, and it references something from him, but if him hadn't come out yet, you don't know what's actually going to make the final cut. So it could be a joke referencing something that got cut, and then nobody gets it.
That's true. That is true.
I guess it's not
That
something
is a
you
good
can't
point.
then cut out in editing if the movie comes out and you realize, okay, this joke's not going to hit because no one's going to get it. But I don't know.
Yeah, no, you're right. But I'm interested in this one because I grew up in that era of because interesting. We were talking about this, and you're saying that you didn't see when I mean we grew up in the same time, but you didn't watch a lot of those like those slapstick kind of parody movies, like the epic movie, disaster movie, superhero movie.
Hmm.
But I watched like all of those, and like you like not another teen movie. So like that type of humor, like that slapstick, the freaking Naked Gun type stuff was always so hilarious to me. So it was kind of cool to see that like oh, we're actually getting another one of these. I don't know if it's gonna work. Like my hesitancy is like that was a wild time
Yeah.
where people were making all types of jokes. I don't know what kind of jokes you can make in which is that's kind of the intrigue to me also just to see like what can they get away with? Like
Mm.
how far are they gonna go? Like what kind of jokes are they gonna make and what movies are they gonna make fun of? There hasn't been a trailer yet. That I'm pretty sure about. I've been saying about the other things where I was like, I don't think there's a trailer. There's no trailer for this. I'm on IMDb right now. There's
Okay.
no
Yeah.
trailer.
You're right. I could
So
I
I'm
fact
curious to
checked it
see
and
it.
you're correct.
Yeah. So I'm curious to see. We got some time. We're only in January, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I got. So now I'll
Yeah.
bring it back to you. I'll pass the ball back to. Oh, go say what you're gonna say.
Yeah. I'll just scary movie because I've seen the first one, and so I get like
Yeah.
the kind of like what the kind of comedy is, and again, not being a horror movie guy, there's just a lot that I haven't seen. So some of the jokes I just will go over my head. That doesn't mean it still can't be a fun time. But as far as like how crazy the jokes will get, like it's you're right, it's a different time, but also like I feel like if you almost have a pre-established like comedy style and so everyone goes in knowing like don't take what we're doing seriously, you can kind of get away with it a little more. So maybe
Yeah.
they'll go with some crazy some crazy jokes.
Yeah, and I also feel like even as like I've gotten older, like there's certain things where it's like you can look back and even jokes that maybe you thought were funny at the time, you'd be like, "Ooh, that's kind of stiff."
Mm.
Like I don't like it's almost not as because like you're more mature, right? Whereas like the context of like, okay, like that joke's a little far. There's certain things where it's just like if it's just like mean spirited, it's like okay,
Yeah.
like maybe we shouldn't do that, you know? Like race, like certain racist jokes. Where I'm like, all right, that's a little crazy. Like we don't gonna we don't gonna do all like you can something can be funny. Doesn't have to be like a racist joke. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like,
100%.
or just have to cross. It could just be literally. Sometimes it's just stupid humor. Like, there's a lot of stupid things. I'm just like, that was hilarious. Like, someone just
Yeah.
like it could be a fart joke or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like, if you're not ready
What's
for a fart and so and like some, yeah, exactly.
Like that's just so stupid.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
Yeah.
stuff like that. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I got for June. Well, I have another movie in June, but I'm now gonna pass it back to you. See
June.
what you have
My
next
next is
after June 12th.
the week after, June 19th. I'm sure it's on your list too, is Toy Story 5. I know
Yeah.
you are a big time Toy Story guy. I like the Toy Story movies too. I'm not like, I don't know. I watched them when I was a kid, but for whatever reason, like, I mean, there was so many Disney Pixar movies that like they were just dropping
Yeah.
banger after banger at that time. Maybe that's also my nostalgia saying that. Like to me, they were all bangers, but like maybe
Yeah.
they don't actually all hold up. Anyways, I like Toy Story, but it wasn't like the big one or one of the big ones for me. I was much more like a Monsters Inc. and like
Okay.
Ice
I was
Age
gonna
kind of
ask which one
guy.
was.
And yeah, what are A
Oh, you were
Bug's
an Ice Age
Life.
guy.
Ice Age was dope.
Okay, that's interesting because like I wasn't as much of an Ice Age guy. Not even saying I didn't like him, but I remember Dre was a big Ice Age guy, and he actually like made me watch it. Like when they came out, I
Mm.
wasn't watching them, and then he like really liked them. He's like, you haven't seen Ice Age? Like, you gotta watch Ice Age. And then I watched them. I'm like, okay, I like it, but yeah, I wasn't like an Ice Age guy, but
Yeah.
it's interesting.
I guess it's just kind of what you resonate with when you're a kid, like
Yeah,
what hits for you. And like I said, I still like the Toy Story movies, but so this one really interests me. I think it's got a great idea for a premise. Like just like a tiny teaser came out, and it's the toys. Like it's like an iPad basically. So like the
yeah,
introduction of okay, they're really bringing this idea current, and this is a very real like I wouldn't say problem, but threat to like
yeah,
physical toys like action figures and stuff is just
yeah.
iPads. So I'm intrigued to see where they go with it.
Yeah, same. It's a really interesting concept, and it's something they could have even done in the fourth movie. Like that's kind of this has been like a battle for a while. Like
Mm-hmm.
ever since an iPod Touch became a thing, it's kind of been battling physical toys for a while. So I'm curious to see um yeah, where the plot goes because these movies are fun, and they do have like these real like elements and these touching moments that happen between the characters and Andy. Andy's not there anymore, so now they got the new girl. But yeah, I'm curious to see what they do. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, it's I don't know, it's
we'll
open.
be there.
Yeah,
We'll
we'll
be
be
there.
there with all well, us, and then there'll be the screaming kids.
Oh, no, there'll be tons of people our age, dude. That's
Yeah, no, that's true.
yeah, that is gonna make a ton of money. Toy Story 5.
Oh yeah, 100% is. It makes me think of like when I went to see like Monsters University. This is why I make that joke. I went to see Monsters University after when they finally did the sequel to Monsters Inc., which is I guess kind of like a prequel. And my theater was a bunch of little kids. I went with my
Mm,
sisters, and then it was a bunch of little kids. There's a bunch of kids like freaking out, like oh no, like oh it's Sully, da, da, da. And I was just
yeah.
like, but I don't think with this movie though. Yeah, it's gonna be a mix, especially if you go. Well, I don't have to do like late showings or anything, but if you go to like a showing at like 7 or something, it might be past their
True.
bedtime, so you don't got to
Yeah.
worry.
Yeah,
Just
good point.
don't go on like a matinee or something. Then you'll get flooded with kids
Yeah.
probably.
Saturday at 1 o'clock. Do not go to that show. That'll be brutal.
Screaming toddlers.
Yeah, exactly.
Next one I got is a week later. I got two movies in that docket, so I don't know if you even had one in there
The week
for
later, I
June
got
26th.
one. I know what they both are,
Okay.
so I know what you're gonna say, but go ahead.
Okay, so one of them, I guess this is now I talked about this before. We're getting into the sequels, nostalgia things, and I got Jackass 5 on here.
Mm-hmm.
There's not really much that needs to be said. Why? Like it's these guys like I actually recently been reading this book that's about like the early 2000s and like the rock bands, which I didn't realize a lot of those rock bands were Canadian. And I was like, oh, the rise of Canadian rock bands. And then in that time, they're talking about like that and then like Jackass and stuff like that. And then when I was looking through this list, I was like, oh, I didn't realize they're making a Jackass movie. I'm like, all right, Jackass on my mind. I remember watching those movies as a kid and being disgusted
Mm,
and laughing, and it was
hmm.
just ridiculous. I'm like, what are these guys doing? They're gonna kill themselves. Like that's so messed up. I will forgo one more time for old time's sake, as Eminem said in that song with Dr. Dre. Why not?
Yeah, yeah, why not? Yeah, I watched the show when it was really really early on,
Oh
and then
yeah,
I
same.
I saw the first movie, and then for whatever reason, maybe it's just like as I got older, I kind of just fell off and haven't seen them.
Yeah,
And I don't know, I just like just showing up to a movie and watching people like hurt themselves and do disgusting things. Like I get it, it's funny, I get it, but
yeah.
but on like I could honestly, I probably won't watch this.
It's funny that you say that too because I didn't even see the fourth one. Like fourth one came out and I just let it pass by. But for
Mm,
whatever reason, seeing that like the fifth one's popping up on here, and like a week before that, or like I guess two, it's kind of funny to think like the orders of these movies. It's like June 12th is Scary Movie 6, and then it's Toy Story 5, and then it's
mm,
Jackass 5. So
yeah,
it's like if you were born in the 2000s, here's 3 weeks of you for to get some nostalgia.
true, yeah.
And
Beginning
they
of the
they didn't even
blockbuster
do the
season.
thing exactly. They didn't even do the thing of like changing up the name. You know what I mean? Like there's a movie on this list on my list that does that where it's like, okay, instead of us calling it, you know, Mission Impossible 8, let's call it The Final Reckoning. So it just doesn't
Right.
sound as old. Just that you don't
Yeah.
give it like this. You know, it's not like Jackass One Last Time. You know what I mean? Or freaking Toy Story versus the computer, like the, you know what I mean? Or Scary Movie. Yeah, we just said that. You know what I mean? Like they're not going that route. They're just like, nah, this is an old ass movie. It's number 6. It's number 5. It's
Yeah.
number 5.
I mean, the thing with Jackass itself is like they're not they're not movies that are like there's no story to the movies. They're just doing like
Yeah.
tricks and stunts and skits, right? So like would it even make sense to have like a subtitle
No, it
to it,
wouldn't.
or just like, okay,
No, it
you saw
wouldn't.
what we doing in Jackass, we're doing it again just with different stuff too, and then three and then four and then five. Like you just you know what
Yeah.
this movie is, and it's the same thing five times, and we're just changing up the specific things that we're doing inside of it.
Yeah. No, you're right. Hey, check back with me in June. Realistically, I probably won't even go see this movie. But in this
Yeah.
moment right now, I'm reading this book that's talking about the 2000s. So like, I got the 2000 things in my brain. So I'm like, hey, Jackass, I remember those guys. But I might forget about Johnny Knoxville's not even in this actually. Steve-O is, but Johnny Knoxville is not, which
Mm.
is interesting. But we'll see if I care in June.
Steve-O, all like he's sober now, so like
Yeah, I
is
don't
he
know.
doing the same crazy stuff? Obviously, that's not a bad thing that he got sober. I'm proud of the guy because like
No, yeah, good for him.
grew up with that guy like on the TV, but he was like just doing insane stuff. So it's like a Jeff Hardy situation. Like that guy was doing crazy things for our
Oh
entertainment,
my
but like
gosh, yeah.
horrible things to himself personally.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. What do you got for
The other
26?
thing, June 26th is Supergirl, the next
Yeah.
DCU film.
Mhm.
And again, like do I have to explain a whole lot about this? Like it's
Nah.
Supergirl. It got teased at the end of Superman. Uh Superman overall was a major success. I didn't love it, but like
Mhm.
what I will say is like I did like that it was a fresh feel for superhero movies. They didn't go the classic DC route, very dark. It wasn't the same as Marvel with like very jokey and stuff. It felt like a comic book on the screen. So if that's like the style that like kind of this universe is going to go with, then I'm down for that. I think that's going to be really interesting. So Supergirl, like she's obviously a lot more like disheveled than Superman is. So it'll be a different kind of story, and I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, me too. And I think I was saying that I mean, before there was a little bit of like superhero fatigue, but now I feel like there's been enough space that there's, and even in this year, there's not that many
Mm,
superhero movies or like superhero. Well, I guess there's some superhero projects that was out there, like TV shows and stuff like that. But
true.
like, I'm not really into the TV show stuff anymore. Like,
Yeah, me neither.
I'm not checking out for the Marvel TV shows, or even if, or even like the DC ones. Even if people tell me, yeah, but they're really good, I'm like, I watch so much of that stuff, dude. Like, I'll check in now and then for the movies, but to lock in on a TV show, I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know if I can do it anymore. But this one, I'm still. It's another one of those check me in June and see how I'm feeling about it, because I I don't think it's gonna be bad. But I'm not. I don't have like these crazy high expectations for it. Maybe this is the Marvel Universe brain thing where it's just like I'm wondering, like, where I'm already thinking, like, where does it go from here? Like, what is this setting up?
Mm,
That they spoiled my brain like that. I can't just enjoy
okay.
a single movie anymore. But
Yeah.
my mind immediately just goes to, I'm like, what is this setting up?
The bigger
That's where my
picture.
mind goes, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm like, I'm thinking about the bigger picture. But maybe that will leave my mind, and by the time this movie comes out, I can just go and enjoy it as just like a fun movie
Yeah. I
and not
mean,
think about what does this mean for the Joker and Batman. Like,
right. Yeah. That's funny because I don't have that perspective. I very much go into movies and grade it or think about it solely as its own thing. And this movie, like, you talk about expectations. I agree. I'm not going into this with like massive expectations because I've seen a few little teasers and I'm like, I think it's like kind of looks decent from what I've seen. Obviously, there's still a lot more to come, but like Lobo got introduced. That's a cool character that I haven't seen on the
yeah,
big screen really. So like, there's just a lot of things that like could make this interesting, and I want it to be good. I love DC,
yeah,
and to have a new universe, a whole reboot because they shit the bed on DCEU. So
yeah,
for them to just scrap that and now we get these characters back that I love, and hopefully they do it right at a big picture scale. But I'm not gonna worry really about that. I'm just gonna go watch this movie, and I hope it's good.
yeah. No, I'm the same as you. I'm hoping. I want it to be good. But to my point, and this is really the only thing that I only do with superhero movies now, because like my brain was programmed this way. Marvel
Yeah.
programmed me this way to like always look for the bigger picture with movies now. And like that's to their discredit now too. Sometimes if people are like, oh, the movie was good, but the post credit scene wasn't that great. Where it's just like, why does that matter? But they made
Yeah.
that matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People will say that. It's just like, the post credit scene wasn't that great. I'm like, that was supposed to be a treat of
Right.
like, oh man. And there was also this crazy post. Now it's not like that holds any weight to the movie, but like now, even though DC wasn't their bread and butter, they kind of start to follow that model.
Hmm.
And we're both, well, I don't know if we can still say that now because we're not as locked in, but we were both DC guys. Like, your favorite was Batman, my favorite was Superman. I was locked into that. We were watching the CW shows, like we were watching Arrow, we were watching like the animated series and stuff like that when we were kids. So like that was more my thing anyway. I wasn't really a Marvel guy, but Marvel was clearly just winning the battle,
Yeah.
and the movies were interesting. And I'm the same as you, where I'm just hoping the best. Oh, and also the Dark Knight trilogy. Like, let's
Yeah.
get this. Not even, I cannot even not mention that. But
Yeah.
yeah, they were ahead for a while until, but that was the only thing that was holding them up.
Right. Yeah, I think DC has better characters, so I'm really excited for just for all these movies to be back. And I think something that helps me personally not put too much weight into like a post credit scene or like the bigger picture is that I never really read the comics. I always watched the
Mm,
shows even when I was a kid. Like I watched the animated shows. There there were some like animated movies, but there weren't like big screen cinema movies really even at the time. But like I watched, like you said, the Dark Knight trilogy and stuff. So like I've always been into it, the media, the visual media, but I never read the comic book, so I don't know like the story. I don't know the bigger picture, right?
mm,
If they're like, okay, they're pulling from the Infinity War storyline. So like this,
yeah.
then they have to go this way. Oh, but they showed a post credit scene and they're doing this. Oh, but I want them to do that. Like I'm just along for the ride. So like these are
Yeah.
stories that I don't know. So if they're like they incorporated this part from the comics, but they left this part out and people don't like that, I don't even know any of that stuff. So for me
Yeah.
personally, it makes it easier to kind of like just not even think about that.
Yeah, that's fair, and I'm also very similar to you. Like, I I read some comic books, but I would never say like I'm a comic book guy or anything. Like that's its whole title in itself.
Mm,
Where like someone would call you up like, "Oh yeah, what's your favorite issue of?" I'm like, "No, no, 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 I'm not a comic book
right.
guy." I've read a couple read a couple comic books, but majority of the things I consumed was like again, like you said, the TV shows and the movies. But I
Video
think there was
games.
enough of them where your video games too, where it
Yeah.
was enough of playing those games that had storylines in them and like in the TV shows where characters would pop up where I'm like, oh, I remember that guy from the TV show. So when you even hear like Lobo, I wouldn't even, if it wasn't for Injustice, I wouldn't even know who that character is.
Yeah, yeah,
So
true.
that was my intrigue of like, oh yeah, I remember that guy from Injustice. So like, but regular people were like, oh, I don't know who this guy Jason Momoa was playing. But like we know because of the video game. So like, there's like that little bit of like, okay, well, I hope they do him right because he was cool in the video game. Like, there's always like that little aspect. But
Yeah, so we're
Supergirl,
kind of the in-betweeners because there are people that are like they know
yeah,
Lobo and exactly like what his powers are and what his character is, his
yeah.
motivations, and they're like so they come in with those expectations, whereas like they can go anywhere with Lobo and like I don't really even like we said we played him in the video game, so we know of him, but we don't really know that much about him.
Exactly. This talking about this now makes my bumped up. Don't check me in June, guys. I'm gonna be there. You'll
You're
see
good.
me.
All right,
You'll
nice,
see me if you yeah,
nice.
you'll I'll be there. I don't
Okay,
know if I'll be opening weekend. I might maybe I'm seeing Jackass first. Depends. That's a very different vibes, I guess.
true. So we have Doomsday, so Jackass and Supergirl. What Super Ass? Is
Yeah,
that
we
what
got
we're going
super
with?
ass. And then like and then what's it for the scary movie and disclosure day? It's just like scary day or I don't know. That's not. I
Disclosure
like
movie
super ass is
6.
better. Super ass
Yeah.
5. That sounds kind of wild. Actually, doesn't sound like. What are you going to watch, dude? Are you going to even going to the theaters?
Yeah, you're not watching that in your bathroom? Damn, dude.
What do you got after? Or I guess
Is it
is it
me
me
next?
now?
I don't even know.
No, I think it's no, it's me. It's me.
Okay, go ahead.
So I'm jumping all the way to July. Let me know if I'm passing over
No, you're
anything.
good.
Will you can jump back, but I got July 17th, the Odyssey.
Yup. Yup.
Yeah, the
This is the big
Christopher
one.
Nolan.
One
Yeah,
of the
this
big
is the
ones.
big one. This is definitely my one of my 4 out of 4s. Um, there's not really much to say besides the fact that like this is like the same to me for like Oppenheimer, where like I was just being honest with myself. I'm like, if Christopher Nolan didn't direct Oppenheimer, and if he didn't direct this movie, I probably wouldn't have seen a 3 hour Oppenheimer biopic, and
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't have seen an Odyssey movie to be honest. Like I wouldn't be that excited about it
Yeah.
to be honest.
I
But
agree
it's
with you
him.
on you're totally right. He's the pull, and I mean the cast is jam packed. Like
Yeah.
if someone else was making it, but like the cast like this, I'd probably be interested to see it because the Odyssey. Like I agree with you on the Oppenheimer point where like
Mhm.
I probably wouldn't have gone to watch that. I mean, I just mentioned that like the musicians biopics, like it's just not kind of my kind of thing. But this one, like I know the story of the Odyssey, and it's great.
Mhm.
So I think I probably, if there was a cast like this, I would probably be pretty excited for it. Obviously, the fact that it's Nolan raises the bar even more. So I'm really going
Yeah.
in with high expectations, very excited. And really, what I'm looking for in this movie or what I'm curious about is kind of like what themes he wants to explore with it. Like the story, like I said, I
Mhm.
know what the story is. Like they're on their way home and they run into this person and then they run into this person and like I know kind of the creatures and things that they run into
Yeah.
and kind of how they get out of these situations. But it's a Nolan movie, so I know there's going to be more to it. So like what is the little intricacies of different characters and maybe why they're there or what pulls them in different directions or like if we're going to cut back to like seeing Anne Hathaway waiting and maybe she's going to have her own storyline, like it's not just going to be Matt Damon and the guys like trying to get back. I don't know, like there's a few different ways that you could take this thematically and that's what I'm really interested to see.
Yeah, and that's yeah, no, I don't have that um that background knowledge as much as you do. Like I know like a little bit like Trojan horse stuff like that, and
Mm.
I've heard references to the store before. I've never read the book. Eloise, shout out the producer, has read the book. We have the book. She's like, "Do you want to read the book beforehand?" And like I always go back and forth. I'm like, I don't know, because like there's always that.
Yeah.
There's the two ways of it if of reading a book before you go watch the movie. It's one, it's like I can read the book and then maybe I'll be upset, but like, oh, he didn't put that part in, and that was a really part I really liked about the book. The way I look at it is always like maybe I'll watch the movie or watch the movie first, and then read the book, and then the book fills out extra parts that weren't in there, where it's like now it expands the story, and I
Right.
feel like that's kind of how I want to experience it. I want to watch the movie first, and then I'm probably gonna read the book
Yeah, I haven't
because I don't
read
know
the
anything.
book, but there's an older movie that I watched, and I've read kind of the story, like kind of I guess the main points of it, but I haven't read
Mm.
the entire book. I mean, it's pretty huge, I think, but it's a crazy story. I'm very excited of it. I'm expecting like multiple like very memorable scenes. Like if you think back to Nolan
Oh yeah,
movies, like in Oppenheimer, we have the Trinity test, and like
yeah,
before that in Tenet, there's the whole airplane hangar scene and the stuff on the boat. Like there's just and this movie, this story is built for memorable moments. So like when we
oh
go
yeah.
to this island and we run into this creature or whatever, like I'm gonna be so excited for each step of the way that I'm expecting some great stuff.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be a good one. I have a high expectations for this one,
Yeah,
and I
four out of
think
four.
I'm pretty sure it'll deliver. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm
Yeah,
sure it will deliver.
I think
What do
yeah, I
you
think
got
so.
next?
Next, a couple weeks later, July 31st, Back to the Superheroes. It's a Spider-Man movie, brand new day. I'm very curious for this. I mean, Spider-Man is like the biggest Marvel character, and
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of
undoubtedly.
Spider-Man. I've been low on Marvel of recent, but the way the last Spider-Man ended, if you haven't seen that, I don't want to spoil it, but like based on where Peter's situation, like what happened there, I'm very curious to see how Peter goes about life and just like kind of where they go with it. So because like it ended in a very it changes the whole world, his whole world, right?
Yeah,
So I'm very excited to see kind of where they go with it. And the casting has me excited. I'll just throw in a quick like maybe spoiler warning if you didn't know this, but John Bernthal has been cast, so we're gonna get Punisher in there. So I'm excited to see
mm.
kind of what he does in that movie. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. It's interesting that they're bringing them back to it because that was just like a TV show thing.
Yeah.
So they could have. So a lot of times those things don't overlap. Like they if they decide, yeah, they even did that with Daredevil in the last one too,
Mm-hmm.
where it's like they could have just recasted. Not whenever. Sometimes if you're in a TV show, it doesn't necessarily mean like all the people that were praying that freaking what's his name, the guy that was Flash in the TV show. They're like, just let that be the Flash in the DC world. Like we've watched
Okay.
like
Yeah.
7 seasons of this guy. Just let him be the and like, nah, we're gonna go with Ezra Miller. It's like, all right, cool,
Mm-hmm.
whatever.
And he was beating up
And
people on the
like
streets of the Hawaii.
yeah, exactly. And it's like, thanks. You guys probably should have went the other way.
Yeah.
And then yeah, and I don't want to go on a tangent, but yeah, we haven't really got much from this movie. Like we've been
No.
getting little teasers. Like we got like these little teaser trailers for Doomsday. That's coming out in December. We got nothing for this. It comes out in July.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean we will get a
surprised.
whole
Like we had
bunch,
nothing.
but not yet.
Yeah, we will. But we just haven't got anything yet. And it's kind of interesting how they've been like Sydney Sink is in this movie too. Like she's
Mm.
Max in Stranger Things, and like they kept secret what her role is, which is like that's such an interesting thing too. That's like don't see that much nowadays.
Yeah.
Like a
Yeah,
notable
true.
person, and you don't even know who her character is. Like even go on
Maybe it's a
IMDb, she doesn't even
spoiler.
have a name.
Maybe it would be a spoiler, like if it's like
Maybe.
like MJ 2.0. You know what I mean? Then we're like, wait, what the hell? There's
Yeah, I
gonna
mean,
be another
everyone has their
MJ? Like,
theories because like, yeah, no, it's true. Like, yeah, like everyone's got their theories because it's like, oh, she's a redhead in Spider-Man.
Oh,
Like, I think maybe it's like
that's
I
funny.
think maybe I think I have an idea who she might be, but but maybe that's not it at all. Maybe she's gonna be in the movie. She'll have black hair. You know what I mean? Just because the real life person has is a redhead doesn't mean she is in the movie.
True. That's true.
So, but yeah, I'm excited for that, especially because yeah, like what you said about how the previous movie ended, and we're
Hmm.
kind of in rare air for the at least the Spider-Mans. We never got a fourth movie. Toby got three, Andrew got two. The guy before that in the '70s got one. Nobody even really talks about that guy.
I
But
didn't even know there was a '70s Spider-Man movie.
exactly,
Damn.
it didn't really do well, and we don't get that many fours. I mean, their OG Superman got four movies. The Batman's in the '90s was like we got three different Batmans. It was hard to even keep a singular Batman. Thor got four movies. I don't know, maybe we
Shouldn't
shouldn't
have.
have given him
Yeah.
four. But yeah, it's a rare air to get four as a single hero. I mean, Hugh Jackman's been Wolverine for 20 years, but it's not like he's been getting back. Like he's been in the X-Men. He's got solo
Right.
movies, and then he's got another
Right.
solo movie, and he's pulled back up in Deadpool. It's like it's not the same thing, but this is rare air to see.
And maybe we'll end up saying like Thor shouldn't have done a fourth Spider-Man. But I mean we know
Yeah,
he's going to be in Doomsday, and like he's part of this bigger cinematic universe, so like it's not like he's going away, and it's Spider-Man. He's the cash cow. Like they just, if they want to print money,
yeah,
make a Spider-Man movie. So he's not going to
yeah.
stop.
Very true. No, 100%. I'm gonna jump back a little bit to July 22nd,
Okay.
and this is a movie that actually follows the premise of the thing that I was teasing before, and it's called Evil Dead Burn, and it's part of the Evil Dead franchise, which was like a trilogy back like in the '80s. The classic horror movie. They brought back like I guess like it was its own thing. It wasn't even really trying to connect itself to those original movies, but it had a lot of nods to like, oh, like remember this from the first movie kind of thing. It was called Evil Dead Rise, and they're calling this one Evil Dead Burn, so they're not calling it two. Like they're doing that thing I was talking about, where it's like giving it
Okay.
another title, so it's not just another number. But
Yeah.
there hasn't been too much out for this. Like they just literally have a couple pictures. There's no trailers yet. But this is another franchise, and I'm not really trying to sell you on this too, because it's like a horror movie, and I don't necessarily think you would dislike this franchise, but don't think it's like your thing. But this is another one of those it's another one of those series of horror movies that leans into like the comedy, where it's like one moment it's like, oh snap, like this undead thing is like kind of chasing me, but someone like a joke will happen, or even like the because what happens in these movies, and this isn't a spoiler, it's like they get possessed by like the by the dead, and then they start like talking as the person, and sometimes they'll start shit talking you. And like they'll
Mm.
like start saying something to like they'll try to be like breaking in your house, and they'll be like, oh, like I saw you in the bathroom, like looking kind of small, like just like stupid shit like that. Like it will be like 1 minute it's terrifying, and then 1 minute it's like roasting you and stuff like that. So it's a fun it's a fun kind of style to the movie of how like they balance the scary, very bloody. That's like their go-to of like a crazy amount of blood. Like we let's get as much blood as we can. Sam Raimi talking about Spider-Man, he was the one
Mm.
that created it. He was the
Mm.
OG, which was insane to look back and to think about because now the age of man stuff. He was 21 when he made the first Evil Dead, and it was just like him and his friends. And you watch that movie just based off the spectacle of how it looks, the way it's shot and everything. I'm like, this 20-year-old did a 21-year-old did this with just like a camera and some of these things. He talked about like, oh yeah, I got on my bike and filmed this chase scene on my bike. It's just like
That's
it's
so
insane.
sick.
It's a skeptical in itself, just an accomplishment to see what he did on such a low budget. They found this cabin. It's just like it's wild. He's just producing these now. He's not directing them anymore, but that was like his love child of like the '80s that kind of blew him up and then turned him into getting the Spider-Man stuff like that later. Now he mostly produces, but I'm excited to see that just because these movies are always fun. Just fun
Mm.
time of scary
Yeah.
and comedy.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I can tell you I will not watch this, but
Yeah, that's fair.
no, that's, I mean, that's cool. That is cool. The like the original, just, you see it all the time with especially I guess with directors and or actors or whoever that make it, they talk about like the early ons, like when we had no money and like this is what we had to do to
Yeah.
like make this movie happen, and it's really cool. So uh just watch something like that, like knowing kind of a little bit of the behind the scenes, like that's pretty cool.
Yeah. No, and I got to learn that before I watched it too. So I was like, okay, let me watch this. And I was like, the main thing to me is the fact that he was 21. I'm like, that's crazy. This
Mm,
dude was only 21 years old.
yeah.
Like most people are in school. This guy's making a whole motion picture that ends up being like this massive thing. But yeah, that's what I got for July 22nd. What do you have after now
My next
we're in
one,
September, I'm assuming.
I got one in August. I got one at the end of
Okay.
August. It is called The Dog Stars. So this is
Mm.
actually Ridley Scott is directing, and it's classified as a sci-fi adventure. And the tagline is kind of like in a post-apocalyptic world, a virus wipes out humanity, and then there's just a whole bunch of chaos, I guess, that ensues from that. You know, like a post-apocalyptic world. I like those kind of movies. I always think,
Mhm.
you know, there's people walking across. There's obviously some kind of goal that people are on. It's normally not just like survival, but like I got to get from point A to point B, or I got to meet this person, or I got to connect these two people, or you know, there's always something. And along the way, there you can do anything in a post-apocalyptic world. So I'm excited for maybe some cool world building. You know, there's always like bandits and robbers out on the road that you know they'll run into some conflicts. Starring Jacob Elordi, Margaret Qualley, Josh Brolin, Guy Pearce. So that's you got some a legit cast going, and I'm interested.
That's bro, I never even heard of this movie. That's
Neither did
crazy.
I until I
And I
started
went
putting the list
I,
together.
I went through so many lists too, and that never came up. Maybe I just saw the title of it and like I didn't know that Ridley Scott was attached to it. So then I was kind of just like already just like, okay, I don't know this movie. Let me just move past it. I didn't really like
Hmm.
that. What's it called again?
It's called The Dog Stars. So
The
I'll read you
Dog
the little
Stars.
synopsis here. So, like I said, in a post apocalyptic world, a virus wipes out humanity. Survivors face roaming scavengers called Reapers. Protagonist Hig, a pilot, survived the flu but lost his wife. So, that doesn't really tell me anything about what the plot is, but
Yeah.
like I said, could be some cool world building. Like there's these reapers will obviously, you know, be causing some problems, and I like these. I know I like these kind of movies. Like the Book of Eli is one that I
Mhm.
think of, like that Denzel movie. I like that. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, no, you got it on my list now. I'm curious. I didn't really know that was coming out, and I don't say I'm not going to disrespect him. Say Ridley's hit or miss. He just has some misses, which is normal.
Hmm.
He's got a lot of great movies, a lot of movies I like. Um, we were kind of back and forth on how Gladiator 2 was. So like, I don't say there's stink on his name, but I think people are
Damn.
reminded that I think people are reminded that like not everything he puts out is a banger. So then they're kind of just like, oh, it's a Ridley Scott movie. How did I feel about Gladiator 2? Like I think
Mm,
that's kind of in people's mind right now. But I'm still gonna go. I think I'm still gonna go check this out.
yeah, yeah. I don't blame you, and I'm not even like a massive Ridley Scott guy. Like I'm not saying he's making this movie like it's gonna hit. I gotta go see it. I'm just like, I mean, his name adds some interest for me. I like the post-apocalyptic worlds. Like I said, that adds some interest. The cast has me interested, and it's just something that I think could be good. Could it be bad? Absolutely, but I think it could be good. And I know that I like these kind of movies, generally speaking, so I'm into it.
Yeah. No, it's definitely gonna be a topic of debate because his name holds so much weight to it that it'll be like this I feel like I already imagine it being, this is my prediction, it's gonna be like this controversial thing where people are gonna love it and there's people gonna hate it. Because I
Oh
think
yeah.
there's really Scott haters.
Hmm.
They're out there. It's like, oh, his movies are overrated. Everyone did like Blade Runner and Alien were good, but that was like 20 years ago. Like he's amazing. I was like, and then there's people like he's a god. Like all his movies are great. You guys just don't understand his style. And I've seen that, so I think this is gonna follow that same suit,
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
and we'll
honestly,
see
the
where
way
we
the
land.
internet is, there's every single person has people like that like
Yeah.
absolutely loves them, absolutely hates them, and I am on the marketing team for this one, so you added it to your
Okay.
list. That's already a one commission. Very well, very good, very good. Anybody else use code Film Room when you buy tickets, and I get a cut. I wonder if that's ever going to be a thing, actually. Like a promo code for movie tickets that you put in, like, I heard it from this person and they get a cut of it. You think that'll ever be a thing?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. Maybe. I don't know. Well, we'll start it. We'll start
Yeah,
pitching it to them that
that's
they
right.
should do that. Hey, you
Code
want to get
Film
people to
Room
come to your
for
thing?
15% off.
Yeah, get a free popcorn or something like that. I don't
Yeah,
know, something.
true.
Hey, cut
Yeah.
this out. We're giving away our business. Yeah. The next one I have is September,
Mm-hmm.
and I have Clayface. We're back into the superhero world.
Yep.
This is a villain though, and there's not much out on this movie, at least like trailer wise. There's a couple of behind the scene shots, but not actual like we don't actually know what Clayface is gonna look like because I'm
Mm-hmm.
assuming there's gonna be like
Well,
CGI and
that's the
stuff like
point. You
that.
don't know what he looks like. He can change his face, Dion.
Well, yeah. Oh, I mean like the clay part. Maybe I
Yeah,
don't know
yeah.
if they're gonna
Fair enough.
have the clay part in there. That's actually good. I don't even know if that's gonna be a part of it. Like, are they gonna show that
Oh,
the
they got
clay
to.
aspect of him, or is he just gonna? Yeah, maybe they want to make a more realistic, like Dark Knight feel, where it's like we don't get the because we kind of shied away from that in the last one. We didn't get like in the last Batman movie, at least.
Yeah, but this is DCU, and if you think to like Superman, like there was a whole scene where he's like talking to Lois, and there's a whole like I don't know space like light flying demon
Yeah,
behind
that's
him that
true.
he just doesn't even care about. So I think the fact that like all this crazy stuff in this world is normal, like we're in a world where like we should see it. Like it's not super grounded,
Oh, so is this DCU or is this?
isn't it?
So this isn't the same world as Batman. I thought this was the same world as like the Batman. Like I don't
Oh,
actually know.
let me
Because
see.
I
Let me
thought
look.
this is one of Batman's villains. So I figured,
Yeah.
why would you set him up? Why would you set him up? But he's not going to be in that world, unless again they're setting up a new Batman that they're going to make too as well outside the Patterson thing.
He's
But
an upcoming
I
from
don't know.
DC Comics. It will be the third film in the DCU. So yeah, it's DCU.
Okay, okay, so
Produced by
no
James Gunn.
connection, or maybe there still will be connection. I don't know. I guess maybe no connection to Batman. Who's his antagonist then? Okay, well I guess whatever. That's I got to do
Yeah,
my
I
own
don't know.
digging later, I guess. But I'm interested. Yeah, I'm interested in this movie just because we've never seen it. This is a villain that we've never got to see on the big screen, so I'm
Hmm.
curious to see what they do with the tone as well, because it's kind of like a horror, like scary kind of monster kind of thing. And then
Yeah,
on
it's
IMDb, they're calling it body horror, folk
right.
horror,
So like
psychological
I could
horror.
see
Damn.
it being dark, but that's a good point actually, because if they make it like dark and scary, but then you also have like you see the clay and like face melting, it's kind of like visually fun. I feel like those two things contradict. So I don't know what kind of tone they're gonna go with. I'm interested though.
Yeah, I'm interested. I want to see that first trailer. Like this is now the time I'm asking for a trailer because right now I just don't have nothing but a name basically. I
Yeah,
got a name and some behind the scenes shots, which is like nothing. So like I
yeah,
don't there's nothing really me to grab onto. And for up until now, I didn't even know if this was connected to the Batman or if this was connected to the Superman world, but which now
now
is
you know.
interesting too, just based off the tone of Superman. I don't know
Right.
how this is gonna connect with Superman, but
I mean, after
we'll
Supergirl, I
see.
guess there'll be a post-credit scene, so we can put all of our chips in the basket after that.
Yeah, I guess so. But yeah, that's Clayface. That's
That's
I'm
Clayface.
interested.
The next one I have is not till October. So, do you have anything in September?
No, my next one's October too. Might be the
All right,
same
what
thing.
October 2nd is what I have. It's called Digger with a D. I said that with a D, everybody. Uh, this is,
I was like, all right, now that you're done insulting me, what's your movie?
um, uh, okay, so this is Tom Cruise's new movie. And there's
Okay.
like a quick like teaser trailer that I've seen, and it's labeled as a satirical comedy. And
Hmm.
basically the teaser is he just kind of like walks out in front of the camera and starts digging, like he
Okay.
bangs his shovel on some concrete, and you don't really see him do too much, but like the way he's moving is kind of like weird and loose and funny. So like I kind of get that vibe. Alejandro Inarritu is the director, and the synopsis is: the most powerful man in the world embarks on a frantic mission to prove he is humanity's savior before the disaster he's unleashed destroys everything. So what the hell is the
Interesting.
disaster? What does that have to do with digging? Like I said, the like a satirical comedy feel. Like there's a whole lot here that has me interested.
Yeah, and at this point in Tom's career, I feel like he's probably very selective in the projects that he picks. So
Hmm.
there's all that aspect that I put in it in the basket of that for the movie. And I you know what's funny? I saw the poster for the movie, and I think I saw that Tom Cruise was in it, but I was just like, I don't really know how I feel about this movie, so I didn't have it on my list. But now that we're talking about it, and you kind of brought up a little bit of the kind of like the premise of the movie, I added it to my list. That's all. I put my head down, I typed it in. I was like, okay, digger, I'm gonna add that to my list.
Mm,
I'm interested. I'm
yeah,
interested.
I'm interested. What do you have next?
That wasn't, but like as I said, that wasn't on my list. My first movie in October was October 9th, and it's The Social Reckoning,
Mm.
and it's the sequel basically. Again, it's on The Social Network too. They're doing the thing too, The Social Reckoning. This is like the final reckoning. It's like they just stole Tom Cruise's shit
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
as we're talking about Tom Cruise.
True.
But yeah, the sequel to The Social Network, and it's funny, I never thought we'd get a sequel to The Social Network,
Hmm.
but it's not a direct sequel where it's like Jesse Eisenberg again, and like Justin Timberlake's not going to be in this one, and Brenda Song. Like we're getting all new characters. And at first, when I just heard that they were doing a sequel to The Social Network, I was like, all right, they're officially out of ideas. Like this movie does
Yeah,
not need a sequel, and they're
yeah.
making a sequel to this. But the more context I got, and when I think more about it, I'm like, okay, it works because this company in 2008 is a way different than now or even like 10 years ago. Like that movie came out like 2009 or 2008, where it's just like this is like with the starting of Facebook. And like
Mm,
there's so many different conflicts that the company has gone through that I think would be interesting to weave into, that I liked in the first movie. And like there's just, yeah, it could just be, I'm interested to see where they go with it in the direction of what they talk about and the global impact that this like this like this the social media just had on the world. Because at that point it was just like it was the beginning of it, and it hadn't really affected the world yet. And at this point
hmm.
in the movie, like what part aspect are they going to talk about where like things are changing, and like it's going to be interesting, and kind of like, I don't know, meta is the word for it, but I'm just interested. I'm intrigued.
Yeah, that's a really good point of like what I mean, obviously the question is, you're right, what direction do they take with it? Is it's a good point about like the effect of social media not being in the first one because it's the start of it. Didn't have time to affect people. This one does. And I mean, all new character, how real is it actually? How based in reality is it? I have no idea. This one is written and directed by Aaron Sorkin, who wrote the first one. Fincher
Mhm.
obviously directed it, but so you'll have you got the same guy that's writing it. First one was great, so
Yeah,
I'm in. I'm in.
yeah. Did you have it on your list?
Yeah, 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 100%. I mean,
Oh,
this
okay, okay. I wasn't sure.
I love the first one, and there's
Yeah,
Jeremy Allen White, Mikey Madison. I'm
yeah.
like you said, I don't know really anything about it, but just the fact that it's connected to the first, we'll obviously, I'm sure, learn a little more about it as we get close to it. This is only in October, but and Aaron Sorkin's involvement, like I'm interested. I'm interested.
Yeah, same. I'm curious to see why Fincher didn't want to come back. I guess because like he doesn't really do sequels.
You're doing Cliff
But
Booth.
yeah, I guess that's true. That's why. Well, he doesn't do his
Yeah.
own sequels. That well, I guess that's not even a sequel. That movie's a prequel, I guess. I don't know. Is that a prequel? Cliff Booth?
No, I think it's a sequel. I think it's a sequel. I think it's after.
I actually don't even know. But all right,
Oh.
that's what I got for October 9th. What do you have anything else in
I
October?
I have another one on October 9th. This is a quick one, but animated movie, The Legend of Aang, The Last Airbender.
Mm.
I love the Avatar, and the TV show is incredible.
Oh yeah,
So
top tier.
the fact that it's animated, love that. There was a live action one that came out. Don't even want to see that. I don't want nothing to do with that. This is the kind of movie that just like is so much better animated. You can't have people bending
Yeah,
in real life and have it look good. Like this is the kind of thing that you just
no,
have to
it's true.
draw. So Stephen Ewing and Dave Bautista are voice acting, and I just love the Avatar. So I'm into it.
I didn't even know this. This wasn't even on my radar. It's crazy how I didn't even know that that was happening. What
Hey
is it
man,
call?
this is what this episode's all about. We're
No, this is
helping
what
each
this is
other build our
about. But
lists. The Legend of
when is this? What's it
Aang.
called?
It's The Legend of
The Legend of
Aang:
Aang.
The Last Airbender.
Oh snap! I did not see this. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm 100%. I loved the show.
Yeah, show's
I'm
amazing.
in.
So
I'm in.
count me
I'm
in.
curious though.
October
Is it
9th,
like? Is
double
it
header
like
with the
a?
Social Reckoning.
Oh yeah, true. There's a lot of big people in it too. Is there a lot of people? No, there's a lot of people. Is it continuing anything off the show, or like what is it? Did they give anything on like a time period?
Um, the synopsis says Avatar Aang, the world's last airbender, learns of an ancient power that could save his culture from extinction. With the help of his friends, he embarks on a global quest to find it before it falls into the wrong hands. So it kind of sounds like just an alternate. I don't want to say alternate universe,
Universe?
but like just a different version of
Like they're
Aang.
acting like the show didn't exist, basically.
Yeah, kinda. Yeah, that's what it kind of seems like. Because I mean, with the
Hey,
whole,
I'm still interested.
I mean, Legend of Korra came out, so like they did advance the story, so you can't really continue it unless maybe this takes place between
Yeah,
Last Airbender and Legend of Korra. That's possible.
that's true. I guess we'll find out more.
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess we'll find out more. But I'm you got me locked in.
Nice. What
You're
do you have
working
next?
harder as for our marketing team on
Yeah,
all these
that's right,
movies.
man. A lot of commission coming our way.
Next one I got is Street Fighter. And after watching The Furious and the Furious, they never put out a date to it. That was something I was excited to see, but there's no official date,
Hmm.
at least that I
I
saw
have a
anywhere.
few on my
But
list that don't have dates that we can get to after.
okay. Yeah, the Furious put me in the mood for these kind of like kung fu movies now. So like after that, I'm like, I was looking in the docket. I'm like, all right, now I'm gonna watch Mortal Kombat 1, 2. And I saw they're making a Street Fighter movie. I don't know if I don't think I didn't see any of our guys were in that were in the Furious, but this one's crazy. Like Jason Momoa is in it. Freaking Andrew Schultz is in it. 50 Cent's in it. Cody Rhodes is in it. Roman Reigns is in it. Is like it's star studded, and like they're just, it's funny to think that there's themselves, and but obviously as these legendary Street Fighter characters just in the costume. And I've heard them been hyping it up, like they were like, oh yeah, like we're like the stunts were crazy and all the action scenes, so like they were been hyping it up. So I'm like, we got Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter in the same year, which is interesting.
Yeah.
They're spread out, but they've been rivals, and I'm curious to see which one will show
Yeah,
out.
this one looks a little more like ridiculous, I guess is kind of, I mean,
Yeah,
but that's what these movies are. They're not really trying to be real. So
yeah,
if they lean into that, and like, especially if you have like Andrew Schultz, who's a comedian, like if you kind of lean
yeah.
into have some comedy aspects to it, I think it can be really good. So yeah, maybe
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I have high expectations for it, but
Yeah.
maybe.
My expectations is like the fighting's got to be cool. Like
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
it.
like
That's
I'm not
all you're
like the
looking for.
story's got to move me or anything.
Right.
Like
Right.
I want some cool fighting scenes.
Yeah, and if you get that, you're happy. That's fair enough. Yeah, fair enough.
Exactly. What do you got
Next
next? Oh, that
one.
was October 16th. I don't think I said the date, but that was October
Yeah,
16th.
yeah. Next is the next week with a movie called Remain. This is M. Night Shyamalan. He's writing, directing, and starring in it. I don't know if we've
Oh
ever
damn.
even seen him act, to be honest. So I don't know. I'm sure I'm guessing he has a small role. I don't actually know. But
Mhm.
anyways, but he's like he's listed in the cast, so it's not just like a little cameo thing.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah,
see.
yeah.
But it's a psychological thriller starring Jake Gyllenhaal. Love me some Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah,
The
same.
synopsis is a grieving architect moves to Cape Cod for work after leaving a psychiatric facility. While staying at a historic bed and breakfast, he meets a mysterious woman who makes him question his rational beliefs about life and loss. So basically, just one big question. Everything's the whole that whole synopsis is basically like mysterious things, questions his rationale, staying at a he's leaving from a psychiatric facility. So there's just a whole lot of opportunity for some crazy twists. Uh, and that's what I'm hoping I get. I hope I get a great Jake Gyllenhaal performance and some cool twists and turns and psychological thriller. Love those.
Yeah. No, you said all the same things that I agree with that. But as far as M Night goes, though, to me, if I put it in basketball terms, I feel like M Night is like what D'Angelo Russell was on the Lakers, where one night he can drop 30, and
Mm-hmm.
then one night he can go 1 for 9,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and literally some of his movies are like literally some of my all time favorite movies, but two of his movies are my least favorite movies.
That's
like
impressive.
I like I I was gonna say hate. I don't hate Trap. I really dislike Trap. And I watched that movie, and my
Mhm.
sister told me, she begged me to watch it because she's like, Dion is bad and I need you to understand why I think it's so bad.
Damn.
And I watched the movie Old, and it just kind of cheesed me
Yeah.
because I had expectations for it. And I was just like, that's like my go-to for like, I don't hate a lot of movies, but I really, and the reason I really didn't like Old was because it had so much potential and it did a lot of good things. And then it just like shit the bed, where I was just like,
Mm,
oh my God, why did you do that? Because his movies are so based around mystery. So he
yeah.
gets you on the mystery where it's like, okay, yeah, 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 yeah. And then sometimes his reasoning for what the thing was is just like, damn,
Yeah. Yeah.
damn. It's like Will and
Yeah.
I in freaking Men in Black, where it's like, you need to get something for damn.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. He certainly has a lot of misses. He has a lot of high. He has high highs though. And is this
He
gonna?
does.
Which one is this gonna be? We don't know. Is it gonna be somewhere in the
I
middle?
hope it's a
We don't
bounce back.
know. Yeah, hopefully it's a bounce back 100%. I mean, Old and Trap, like you said, I those are two that you really don't like. I haven't even seen those because I didn't want to see them. They didn't look very good. And then when they came out, I heard nothing but bad things. So I'm like, okay, perfect. I could just let that one slide and move on with my day, you know? So this one, I'm interested.
Yeah.
There's
Knock at the
definitely
Cabin
some
wasn't that bad.
opportunity.
Knock at the
Which one?
Cabin is a recent one that wasn't that bad. Knock at the Cabin. Batista's in it.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Batista's in it, and the guy that plays Ron Weasley, I forget the actor's name, but he's in it too. That
Oh,
one's not that bad. That one's
Rupert Grint?
I think that
Rupert something?
yeah. Yeah, yeah, it's
I don't
Rupert
know why I know
something.
that.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, he was in Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Daniel
Yeah.
Radcliffe, Emma Watson. So you remember some of them.
Yeah.
But
Fair enough.
that one's a little more middling. If you ever want to go check that one out,
Okay.
it's hit or miss. Maybe you like it, maybe you don't. That's people have more debate on that, but that's a good pick. Um, let's see how I feel about that. My sister, I might take some convincing her to get her after that because she really dislikes Trap. But
Maybe we'll wait
I'm
for the
gonna jump
trailer
over.
on that one. We'll wait for
That
the
is
trailer.
true. That yeah. November 6th, I have one. And what day was that one, by the way? I don't know if I heard it.
October 23rd.
Okay, so I'm jumping into the next month. November 6th, there's no trailer for this. There's just it's Godzilla minus 0.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw Godzilla minus 1, and that's I don't say one of my favorite films, but I really love that film. It was a really good
Mm-hmm.
movie. Godzilla, but it was I've seen like there was a Godzilla movie that was like in New York that like I remember watching as a kid that was kind of just like I remember that just being like a fun movie. And a lot of times they'll make like these Godzilla and King Kong movies. The Peter Jackson one's really good, but sometimes those make them like we're just making a big monster movie. It's just gonna be fun. But the Peter Jackson one is like there's like a really solid epic film, and Godzilla minus one is a monster movie, but it's that context of like World War II and everything. You know what I mean? Like
Oh,
the
I didn't even know
metaphors
that.
of what Godzilla actually is and all that stuff. Because people talk about like the idea of like Godzilla. Like Godzilla basically is kind of like the atomic bomb that got dropped, and I think it's like kind of like a metaphor of like
Oh,
what's destroying the city and stuff like that. And this one, it's like it's in Japanese, and so like it's actually like it's bringing back to form of like because that was their movie, and then I didn't say Americans took it, but like they took it, and then
they took
now
it.
they've
Yeah.
been making Godzilla. They've been making Godzilla movies, but now this is we're finally getting back, and like we have a Japanese director making a Godzilla movie, and again we talk about how we like to see like different cultures and stuff like that. In this movie, like you get to be in Japan and you get to kind of see people what they're going through post war and all that stuff, and then oh shit, Godzilla's coming, things are getting worse. You know what I mean? So, and like that movie is really good, and I don't really know like what Godzilla minus zero means because like is that sounds like it's gonna be before, but like he came in Godzilla minus well, he came out one, so I don't know why it's called zero. But
Yeah.
there's no trailer. It's just like what the trailer was. It said Godzilla minus one, and then you just hear this like the stomp of Godzilla, like the doom,
Mm.
doom, doom, and then you hear like a big one, and then the one turns into a zero, and that's the whole trailer. And I was like, I'm in because I like the
Mm.
last one so much, but you just gave me nothing, but I'm in.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't come out till November. Maybe there'll be
Yeah.
a bigger, a longer trailer when we get a little closer to it. Uh, you know, I've never seen a Godzilla movie.
You should watch Godzilla minus
So
one. Let that be your
hey,
first.
yeah, sure, man. If you say it's really good, and then if I like it, and then I got a new one coming that I could check out in theaters at the end of the year, hell yeah. So I'm down. Hey, we could do it for an episode. Godzilla
Yeah,
minus one.
I'd be down, man. That movie's fun,
Okay,
but
cool.
that's what I got for November. I don't know what if you have anything else in November.
Next is jumping. I don't have anything else in November. Next for me is in December, and it's Doomsday. So let's talk
Okay,
about it.
let
We
me. I
got.
got one before that.
Oh,
We can so
okay. Go
because
ahead.
we're gonna get into this. So
Okay, sure.
we're gonna get into it. So we might as well just. I'll say the one is really quick. December 11th, Jumanji 3. I love the OG Jumanji.
Oh,
I was very skeptical on watching the new ones because it's like a whole new era thing. Watched them with my little sister. It was fun. Second one is also really fun. So I might check out the third one. I know those got like some of your two least favorite actors is The Rock and Kevin Hart.
yeah, and Jack Black. I'm not a big fan of him either.
Yeah. Oh, I don't like Jack Black either, but he was actually funny in that one, which I was like, that's why I was like, oh man, I don't want to watch this movie. But I was taking my little sister to the movies. She's like, my mom was like,
Oh.
take your little sister to the movie. I'm like, what do you want to see? She's like, Jumanji. I was like, fuck, I don't want to watch Jack Black for an hour and a half. But for whatever reason, he was kind of funny in that. So I was like, okay. And then I liked it. So Jumanji 3, December 11th. Let's get into Doomsday.
Doomsday. So we got Dune Part 3, Avengers Doomsday. Apparently, Dune is taking all the IMAX screens, which doesn't surprise. Well, that does surprise me because they're both. There's no way they both don't want to capitalize from this. Like, do you think
Yeah.
those that date will stick? Like, it's become a thing. Doomsday. People are talking about it, so I get you want
Yeah.
to kind of keep the buzz around that, but like, there's no way of Marvel's okay with just leaving Avengers out of IMAX.
Yeah, and the interesting thing with that also too is like, I know people want to compare it to like the Barbenheimer thing, but I feel like it's not the same because I think the thing that worked with the Barbenheimer thing was the fact that it was like kind of polar opposites. Like one was
Mm,
kind of leaning more to girls, it was pink, it was fun, and the other was a little more grim and it was more for the boys. These are both for the boys.
yeah.
For the most
Yeah.
part. I think there's definitely more girls that like Dune, but like this is a day for the boys. It feels more like this isn't like if it was like Wicked, and then maybe it was like Avengers Doomsday. Then I would be
Right.
like, oh, like this is like everybody's going to the theaters. This is a certain same kind of crowd going for both these movies. I think.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a good point. Another reason to not have them the same
Yeah,
day, like for one of them to move. I don't maybe one of them will move. We'll see.
but
But
even
I
if one
mean
of them moves though,
or go
like
ahead.
I feel like let's say they move a week. The IMAX
Okay.
theaters, the run usually stays how long? Like, I feel like it'd still be there with the whoever gets it first. I don't know.
I don't know. I think you get at least. It depends on the movie, I guess. But like, what else is coming around there that's going to be taking IMAX screens? Like,
Well, who do you think should move?
good question. Um, Originally, I was gonna say Dune should move because I thought Avengers would steal the IMAX screens because like just the power of Marvel and Disney. But
Yeah.
the reports came coming out were saying that Dune got the IMAX screens, so I think Avengers should move.
Mm. The thing is that like Avengers is not gonna have any trouble making money. I don't think
True.
Doom's gonna have trouble making money. But obviously, more money's in the end of the day is gonna go to Avengers just because they have a bigger audience. So I wonder, are you debating that or no?
Well, yeah, because I don't know if necessarily that's true because I think opening weekend they're both going to make a ton of money.
Yeah,
And then whichever one actually ends up on top box office wise, I think will come from word of mouth. Like when people go and they'll be like, if people are like, "Oh, Avengers Doomsday," like Marvel still flopped, like they're cooked now, like the movie's not good,
yeah,
then I don't think everyone will go see it because like their box office has been declining because they have they had everyone's trust and they've just like been missing. So, but this one, like people are like, okay, I need to go. Everyone's back. Like I got to go see this. But if it doesn't, if it, the word of mouth is poor, then it won't have staying power. Whereas if Dune is like everyone's like, oh, this movie's great, and then more people go see it and it has more of a standing power, then it'll end up making more money, or vice versa. If Dune doesn't have the word of mouth and people will stop going to see it, and people like Avengers, then that's the one that people will gravitate towards. So I think really like opening weekend, they're both going to make a ton of money, and then from there it'll be based on the actual quality of the product.
yeah. No, that is a good point. I just think that Marvel, even though, because we talked about this like earlier of like last year, like, where it was like people were still going out to freaking see what's it called? What was the name of it? Why am I forgetting the superhero Captain America? Like it didn't
Mm,
look good, and a lot of people said it wasn't good, but that movie still made so much money. And I think the excitement for this, like I think opening weekend is just gonna be nuts. Like I think they could legitimately make like 400 million in the opening weekend,
yeah,
or maybe even more. Like this is different times than Endgame, but remember like Endgame almost made 1 billion in like the first weekend. Like in the
yeah,
first week, it was
that was
ridiculous. It was
insane.
like they got so like I don't know. I don't think it's touching that because there was way more anticipation because of what just happened with Infinity War. But I just don't. I'm just curious. I just don't know how much anticipation. Like the opening weekend might be just dumb,
Yeah,
and it might not even matter if the movie's like what the how's received or not. Because like it's just gonna be so many people that are gonna go see it, and like I'd buy their tickets in advance too. It's not like same
yeah,
day of. Let me buy my ticket because you won't get tickets probably if you try to
no,
buy like day of or
no,
something.
but you don't think Dune's getting that same thing? Like people, everyone loved the first two, and it's had like a like people talk about it online like it's culturally it's big in the news. People love Timmy, people love Zendaya. I think like I think they're both just gonna I think you're probably right. Avengers probably has more of a chance to make more money just opening weekend for people going blindly to see it. But I still think Dune will get a lot.
Yeah, and I hear you, and I don't think necessarily think it's like a bubble thing because I do think there's a lot of people saying that they like Dune, and it's getting a lot of like talk, especially in like the film space, and it's expanded a little bit more of that because how much money it made. So it's not just a film people movie, but
Hmm.
Marvel is massive. You know what I mean? Like sometimes people will just go out to be like you want to go see the new Marvel movie? Like people like it's been around for so long. People like we're just gonna hear the things of like, oh, do you hear like the X-Men are gonna be in this? You hear this, like all these things. And it's just like I feel like people could jump into this without even having to see like anything. Or like I haven't seen a couple, it doesn't matter. You can't go to Dune 3 if it was just like oh, I haven't heard like you know what I mean? Like I just feel like the mass pull is just so massive. And I always forget until like I see trailers. Like sometimes you gotta look at the trailer numbers. So they might put out like a 1 minute teaser trailer and it gets like 50 million views. I'm
Yeah.
like 50 million people cared about just one. Like that's when you get reminded. I'm like, this is like it's a massive, massive franchise where I'm just like, it's not even like I'm not even talking about quality. I'm just talking about the
Yeah.
mass like global pull of Marvel versus Dune. I don't even think it's in the same ballpark. It's like
Yeah.
FIFA, to me, it's like FIFA in the Super Bowl. It's like, yeah, Dune is the Super Bowl, but it's not the World Cup.
Right.
I think Marvel's the World Cup.
That's a good comparison. And yeah, you're at the end of the day, you're right about just like a willing fan base. But so I'm curious about the movies themselves though. So like if Doomsday flops, like I think
Yeah.
MCU might be done for a lot of people. Like for me, if
Mhm.
Doomsday, I mean, I don't think I'll ever be like I will never watch a Marvel movie again because if there's something
Yeah,
that
yeah.
like is coming out and I think it looks good, then I'll check it out. But
Yeah.
I think it could be like I think they need to hit on this. Um, but I will say like the trailers don't give me the most confidence. I don't know if you watched all four of the little teaser things, but like we got two of them were pretty much the exact same storylines for two characters. They're bringing people back and like just undoing shit that they did before, which I don't
Yeah.
like, and like they're teaming different people up, and that'll create some interesting dynamics. But it's a big bite and it's gotta work, and I don't have the most confidence.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty similar in that in with you in that where it's just like even with all like the discussion we're having now, and then I could still weary like more trailers could come out, I could still be aware, but like I have to see it for myself. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
in the sense of like I don't want it to be like someone tells me that it's great or it's bad. Like I just want to go and then I'll be like, okay, and I can give my feedback. Not like, yeah, bro, you shouldn't go. Like I don't even want to like I'm not gonna wait like a week and be like, yeah, you're probably I'm just gonna go because
Hmm.
I just need to see it. And I'm the same with you. Like, I'm also at this point where, like, even if the movie's great, it's not like we're back. Now I'm gonna start
Right.
watching the TV shows. Now I'm gonna start buying the. You know what I mean, I'm just like I'm not as invested as I was before, and I don't think that I ever will be because it's a commitment to be a
Yeah.
Marvel fan with all the stuff that there is. It's homework. it's not
Yeah. Yeah.
it's not like one movie every year anymore. You know what I mean? It's like it becomes your personality if you're a Marvel fan.
Yeah.
You can't just be
TV,
a casual.
I just don't have the time for TV shows anymore. And I mean, I just know you're right. If this movie slaps, that's great. I don't want to
Yeah,
go and see a movie that I don't like. I want it to be good. I am not
exactly.
going back to the TV shows. It's just I'm just not going to do it.
No. Yeah, and that's just what it is. So I'm optimistic. I want it to be good, but it's it's like I don't even say it's like it's a win-win, but because like nothing will really change for me. Like if it's bad, then it's just
Mm,
like
that's true,
all right.
actually.
And then like if it's bad, then it's like, oh, it's bad. And then if something else intrigues me, then maybe I'll go see it. But if it's good, then it's like it's the same thing. Well, if another movie intrigues me, then I'll go see it. It's not like I
Yeah.
said, it's not like I'm back. I'm
Yeah.
back. Like
Yeah, I think I'm at the point with Marvel where I'm not one of those just like loyal fans that will go no matter what. Whereas like before, like when we were in the peak, like phase one, two, three, like pre Infinity War, like I saw every single one of those movies
yeah.
because not that they were all great. There's definitely some duds in there, but more often than not, it was a good movie, and I was invested in the story. Now I'm not that invested in the story, and they've been missing on a lot of movies. I'm just kind of like, I'll evaluate each movie individually and go see it if I want to. I'm not just like, okay, I got to go see this because the last one was great and I want to see how it all connects. I don't really care anymore.
Yeah. No, I'm the same way. But
So,
Dune,
but
they got
Dune,
yeah, I'm
yeah,
interested. They got
yeah,
me.
yeah,
I
I'm
love
into
the last
Dune.
two movies.
Yep. I'm very very excited for this one, especially based on the last how the last one ended too. Like the whole
Yeah.
scale is now going to explode. It's a whole bigger thing. They're bringing different like houses that are going to get involved. I've heard of like that the way the story goes. I've heard it gets like really really weird as you get later and later, and
Mhm.
like the things Paul does is like pretty wild. Like we see a little bit of like his foresight into like maybe what some crazy shit's gonna be. Who knows where they actually take it with this specific movie? But like
Hmm.
the cast, Denis, I'm a big fan of his. To me, he has no misses that I've seen anyway. I haven't seen every single one of his movies, but every single
Yeah.
one I've seen, I've liked. I'm very excited for this.
Yeah, same. I saw something online that was that made me laugh, and they were like, that day, like e- that day when, like, if you saw what's it called, Dune and Doomsday in the same day, for example, someone was like, you're basically seeing the biggest stars in Hollywood all at once in one
Yeah,
day.
true.
There's
Yeah.
so many big stars in these movies that's like you're basically seeing all of the big breadwinner, the A-list celebrities of Hollywood in one day if you went to watch those movies back to back. And I'm like, yeah, there's not that many people that aren't in these movies.
Yeah, that is a really good point. And just think about the budget of these two movies. Like, okay, one
Oh my
release day,
goodness.
just like $600 million of movie making for this one release day. Crazy.
Yeah, it really is insane, man. Between like the Odyssey might fill out just anyone else that didn't make it into those movies, but there's some overlapping
Yeah.
in that too. But anyone anyone that's not in those two movies, they're probably in the Odyssey, and it's just like if you're not in any three of those movies, I guess you're just not A list. Sorry,
Yeah, true. Yeah, you're
you're not
just not
there
big
yet.
enough if you didn't make it. Actually, that's a good point too about
Maybe
like the overlap too, like with Zendaya and Robert Pattinson is one. They're actually in Odyssey, Dune 3, and the drama that we talked about earlier. They're in three movies together this
yeah,
year.
and she's in Spider Man. Like
Mm,
she's having a crazy year, man. And then Euphoria's coming back. Like I don't think she's got a nuts here. We're talking about Anne Hathaway.
mm,
Zendaya's got a
yeah.
great agent.
Well, I mean, you're right, great agent, but at the same time, like she delivers in the roles. So I feel like it's your agent's job is
Yeah,
pretty easy when you're delivering.
no, that's true. That is true. I think that did you have anything else for the rest of the year, or was that it for
I got a couple
your
that are like
2026?
that are there's no confirmed dates for, but it says like it's expected to come out in 2026. So we have The Furious, like we talked about. We saw it, TIFF, both huge fans
Yeah,
of. When that comes out, I'm going to see that on the big screen. I want that
yeah.
experience. Um The Whisper Man is one. It's a crime thriller. The synopsis is a crime writer who turns to his estranged father, who's a retired police detective. He then discovers a connection to a decades old case of a serial killer known as the Whisper Man. So that seems interesting. The estranged father, retired police detective, is Robert De Niro.
Oh,
So that definitely
okay.
piques my interest. I don't know if you ever
No,
heard of
I've never even
that, The
heard of that
Whisper
one.
Man. Yeah.
No, I don't heard that. I never heard of that one. I'm gonna have to add that one.
Another one is The Adventures of Cliff Booth. We kind of touched on it. David Fincher's
Yeah.
directing the sequel of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So it's written by Tarantino, directed by David Fincher. I mean, if you tell me
Yeah,
those
that's
words,
crazy.
immediately sign me up. So
Yeah.
we'll see
No,
when
that
that comes out. It's supposed to be this year. And then one last one is it's called Here Comes the Flood. It's directed by Fernando Meirelles. It's a heist film
okay.
starring Denzel and Robert Pattinson in another movie. So
Oh,
interesting combo,
you got me
Denzel
at
and Robert
Denzel.
Pattinson in a heist film. So
Yeah.
sounds interesting. It says a bank guard, a teller, and a master thief get caught in a deadly game of cons and double crosses. So it'll be like this guy is messing up with this guy and then going behind his back and doing this. Like that piqued my interest.
Yeah, no, you got me. Like honestly, as soon as you said Denzel, because then at this point in his career, he's got limited movies that he says he's gonna do. So if he picked this one, the script must have really intrigued him. So I'm
Exactly.
interested.
And Robert Pattinson, big fan of his. And yeah, so here
Yeah,
comes the flood.
Daisy Edgar Jones in there too, and Who else is in there? I mean, I guess I don't know. The dude that plays what's his name from Hannah Montana is in there. I forget his name.
Oh, that's
What did he play
right.
in Hannah Montana? He's the guy that
Rico, the
worked
little
at
kid, right?
the Rico. Yeah. You had
Oh
me at
man,
Rico.
Rico. Yeah, yeah. Why did I even say Denzel or Robert Pattinson? I should have just said Rico and then
Yeah.
immediately add to the watch list.
Oh my goodness. Is that all you had, or
Yeah,
for
that's all. That's
your
all I
no
got.
dates?
That's all I got. No, those are the ones
Okay.
that are
Um.
dateless, so I just threw them on at the end of the list.
Oh, dateless. Okay. Yeah. The only other one I had was this one does have a date, December 25th. Werewolf.
Mm.
It's the Robert Eggers movie. And there's nothing really out for this either. There's been a couple behind the scene like pictures and stuff like that, but like I'm locked in on his movies. I actually didn't. I'm not gonna say I like all his movies. Like I think The Witch was like his first movie, and that one I didn't love as much. But everything past The Witch, I've enjoyed. Lighthouse was kind of weird. I know you have mixed feelings on that. I really like
Mm.
Nosferatu, and and I really like The Northman. So I'm like, okay, those are back to back most recent ones that I really like. So I'm interested to see what he does with that. He's got his cool kind of like um what's got style. He's got a really unique style, and he's really into the gothic horror stuff. And I'm curious to see what he does with that.
He's someone that's very popular, and I know is really growing a following in the horror space, which I'll say again is not my thing. So the
Yeah.
Lighthouse is the only movie of his I've actually seen, and I didn't love it.
Okay.
So
Mhm.
you know, am I then saying like that means I'm out on this guy? No, of course not. And I'm interested to check out his other stuff. You know, Willem Dafoe, Aaron Taylor Johnson, like the cast has me interested. I know Willem Dafoe's his guy, but that guy's always
Yeah.
great. And if public opinion is high on this guy, then I'm obviously willing to give him another chance. And like a whole werewolf horror creepy, I'm guessing it's gonna be like a time like a period piece because he never does
Yeah.
contemporary stuff. So like that interests me.
Yeah. I think you'd like The Northman, because it's not
Okay,
a horror movie. So maybe that's your in
the next
is
one.
watch The Northman, see how you feel about that.
Okay, I
Or like
appreciate the
Vikings,
recommendation. I like that.
medieval, yeah. So maybe you'd like that one. Maybe you'd like that
Okay,
one.
okay.
That's all I got though. That's all I got for my list.
Same for me. 2026, man. That's a lot of movies though.
That is a
It's
lot of
gonna be good.
movies.
I'm excited.
It's gonna be good. I'm excited, and that's like just of the what. Maybe there's some stuff under the radar that we don't even know about. There always is. Like we go
Absolutely.
to TIFF and we watch movies that we'd have never known of. You know what I mean? Like there's that too. Who knows what
Hmm.
September is gonna bring with TIFF? And I mean, I guess those movies technically are usually movies that are coming out like the next year, or at least like the end of 2026. But who knows? Who
Sometimes
knows
you get a
what the year
movie
brings?
like this year was Rental Family was a big one for us that like was not on my radar in the
Exactly.
slightest at the beginning of the year. Piqued our interest because of its entry into TIFF, and we ended up seeing it and loved it. So for sure, there's going to be some more movies than what's on the list that are going to be great, and I'm excited to watch them all and talk about them with you, my friend, and all of you, film family.
And with that being said, hopefully you wrote everything down. And maybe you have the IMDb app, or you had a pen and paper, and you got on the dates. And maybe we are missing something. So if there's a movie that we missed, throw in the comments, Spotify, YouTube, whatever it is. If you want to be part of the conversation, you can follow us on Instagram, TikTok at the Film Room Pod. We're also on Reddit at the Film Room Pod, YouTube, the Film Room Podcast, Spotify. We're on Apple, like I said. If you want to give us a 5-star review, you'll help the family out, help the show out, helps us grow. If you're a fan of the show, yeah, I don't know if you have any final thoughts, any final words, Scott, that you want to throw out there, the
20
film
I
family, or
mean,
just
we're looking ahead to 2026, and we're specifically talking about movies, but the year as a whole, I'm looking forward to it. You know, it's going to be a big year for uh a lot of things. In my personal life, I got some big things happening this year. With the podcast, I'm very excited for what we're gonna do this year, and I'm excited, man.
yeah. No, as 20 now we're getting deep here. I didn't know we were going.
I
We're
just
going, but we're
you
pulling
asked me
back
my
the
final
curtain.
thoughts. I just threw it out there.
Yeah, no, I like it though. I like it though. I like that. It's a nice little note. I feel the same. I feel similar way too. feeling optimistic about the year and excited about what the future brings for the podcast, personal life, stuff like that. So, yeah, 2026 is gonna be a good year. We'll speak it into existence for
Hell
everything.
yeah.
For you too, the listener. It's gonna be a good year
Absolutely.
for you.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And that being said, peace out.
Peace out.